All right. We're here for another glorious day of bangers only, where G2 definitely wins 3-1, just like I predicted. Right, guys? Right? Surely that's what happens. Monty's right again.
You keep up that bot side focus in your bands.
Ah. So we get Monty on TikTok talking about oats, on Twitch talking about League, and on OnlyFans talking about Joey's huge package. What's up, Blast Free Nation fam? We're here with the new oats today. I told you I'm just becoming an oats influencer for Bob's Red Mill. I had to tick my talk, guys. I had to tick a talk / reel and Instagram / short to YouTube. That's why it took a minute there. All right, let's get into this shit.
You do not want to let Carrier get those 80 carries.
I have to get through this so I can watch X-Men 97, which I have to watch by tonight. All of it.
We've already seen gone, but now, do we get that priority towards Faker, or are we just going to go back to your stock standard and get rid of the Lucian?
And you can see T1 respecting the last time they met up against G2. The Rek'Sai and the Zac were key proponents of how G2 took their first game in that series. Tristana is well banned away from camps.
Yeah, the only thing I might have an idea.
David Poole, thank you. A whole year of bangers. God bless you. Look, your little badge changed to silver. That's cool. So, like, when is this G2 lineup ever going to do anything internationally? They already have. What are you talking about? That top esports win was super legit. When will they do anything internationally? He screamed as they placed top 4 at MSI. It's fucking good. All right. So, Caps has been amazing on Tristana, amazing Tristana mechanics, Zac and Rek'Sai. These are very G2 specific bands. Mizu Protect. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it. Lucian, Ashe, and Senna. So the triple AD carry ban coming through, but we still have Varus Kalista. So the problem here, guys, is that this is definitely, they're not actually trying to pinch Faker's champion pool, which I think is a mistake, right? You can force the Taliyah first pick here if you just ban Ori Azir. I think you ban Ori Azir, Ashe, red side, force first pick Taliyah. But instead, what we're going to do is you can't give them both. You cannot give them both Varus and Kalista, so we have to trade. This means this is probably Kalista, and this is probably Varus. Right? Unless we've got a wacky plan. Actually, guys, they didn't ban the Poppy, so I lied. JK, this is Varus. Because you don't pick Kalista and then give them... Because if you pick Kalista here, they pick Draven Poppy. And that might make you really sad. That's what I think.
Yeah, because G2 will take either Kalista or the Varus, and then T1 can get the other side of that matchup. If you take Kalista here, Orianna is...
Oh, they're going to take Orianna, okay.
But this was the thing. This was the pick that Cap showed us.
So they're waiting to see. You do have to take. This is interesting because they don't want to pick first. So probably what this means is that you still have to take either Varus or Kalista here because you can't give them Varus and Kalista.
So trying to deny that comfort away.
And the thing is, you only have one pick. It's actually, this is much smarter than what I was saying from T1. So by taking Orianna, you get Faker's best pick. You deny it from Caps, who's also been a very good Orianna player. And what you do is oh, we're just going to blind Draven. Okay, this is stupid now. No. Oh, well, I was right about Draven Poppy, but I didn't want to be right because now you're going to give them. So basically, by doing this, you are taking Draven Poppy and saying, we know you're going to play Varus Kalista.
They're going to go Renata with it.
Oh, but they're going to play Renata, so nobody's actually going to play Varus. Interesting that they went away from this because I think what T1 thought was if we first pick Orianna, they are going to take either Varus or Kalista, and they're not going to Draven Poppy us. But they're just going to blind Draven Poppy you, I guess.
Maybe spelling that G2 want to focus around this bot lane early as well. It's what they did against top esports. It can be effective if you put Guma behind, who has been T1's most consistent.
And we're back to the European LeBlanc.
Shouts out to Humanoid as well. He was popping off on LeBlanc early in the
Zed Zbot, hello.
As well, extremely good at it and used it quite well.
Also something that has a huge amount of playmaking, and that kind of was where Caps differentiate himself against Faker in the last series. So we'll have to see if he can try and get that as well. But I imagine now as we start to move in towards the second half of this draft, it is going to be the
early and aggressive and skirmish as well. LeBlanc plus Elise in. So
Okay, Cassante. Really? The Nidalee's taking over, guys. Do they want to pick Sejuani? Kha'Zix, so they're trying to... What? What is this draft? Robin, 1828. G2 cooked too hard, guys. They ban Jin Zhao and then blind to Kha'Zix. Sejuani. Yep, Sejuani. Very good pick. So they're blinding Camille. Is this AS's new blind pick?
Ultimatum coming out of the Camille. G2 though now looking at the Jax.
Yeah, Jax is just a great matchup into the Camille. Very much a skill matchup, and this will be a real test.
I actually don't know how the Camille Jax matchup goes post Divine Sunderer. I don't understand. Like this is literally just a pick comp. It's like okay, so let's talk about this. All right, so we have Draven Poppy for the lane versus Kalista. Obviously going to be pretty decent into Sejuani and Camille, the Poppy as well. But this is huge single target damage, right? Single. So what we're actually running here is we're running basically a pick comp that can also split push with LeBlanc and Jax. The problem, though, is that if you start split pushing, the siege of Draven Poppy Kha'Zix is shit. And also, Draven's going to be highly vulnerable to getting picked off himself, right? So it's going to be really fascinating to see who gets ahead in the Camille Jax matchup, because that could determine pressure for the entire game.
Jax is so good into Camille. Oh, we've got to keep our eyes open for some
Tessib.
lane as well, boys.
I think that's how I say your name. Sorry if I fucked it up. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
Obviously shuts down so much of Camille, but also the being able to jump inside the W
Ivern angle.
trades.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, Ivern angle. But I mean, I don't really understand the blind Kha'Zix. That's what, and like the blind Draven Poppy. So we're just gonna lane swap.
Like his 17 and 2 on Kha'Zix. You have to go all the way back.
Yeah, I think a huge amount of this is G2 slightly going back to comforts from a career perspective, right? But I do think this is also a little bit of a test, because this is a very different, which is something where T1 have struggled in the early into the...
Will it once again finals already guaranteeing their region?
If you want to pick Kha'Zix, why bother banning Xin? Exactly, Fatox. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's method to the madness, but I'm unaware of why.
G2, the last hope not only of EU but also of the West, as has been the case so many times.
Do you know if gold from passive does not count towards bounties? I mean, I don't think anybody knows how bounties work.
To kick things off here, though, is he ever kind of fanning out defensively, making sure that they're not getting any sort of deep vision or anything?
This is the loudest that I've heard the crowd. This is getting insane already, and we haven't even...
The Chinese T1 fans, there are so many of them. Why?
Of this rematch, so much going into this one.
Minions have spawned.
Looks like T1 might be the ones initiating a lane.
Yeah, they definitely want the lane swap here. They don't want to be in the fucking Draven Poppy lane with Kalista Renata. That sounds horrible. Strong side invade.
Leveled anything up in your bottom left corner. Broken Blade's gonna react to this. Cap's still in the mid lane.
So I've learned most of what I know about Camille matchups from a certain challenger European streamer, and he makes videos on every single Camille matchup, and the Jax one just says ban Jax.
Okay.
do not play this matchup because the Counter-Strike is so good.
Why doesn't Kobe just name the streamer and give him a shout out if he's been teaching him?
T1, they are completing
Am I
their
supposed to
lane
know who
swap
this Camille
today,
streamer is? Is that it? I don't know any streamers,
with,
League streamers, guys.
No bloodshed here, so it is going to be just the split match.
Can't possibly help anybody on, you know, get more attention on Riot's broadcast.
Answering and rotating Broken Blade down to the other side.
Yeah, Yike just going to be
Jutut? Oh, okay.
Bottom side. Didn't take his wolves or his Grom, so instead just going to try and Philly clear out this bottom side. Zace in the mid lane though, and Caps did just use distortion.
Jumps forward. Broken Blade. They saw him on a ward. It has
Is
expired.
he like Voldemort? Can you not? Is he not? I know nothing about that guy.
Philly clear out this bottom side. Zace in the mid lane though, and Caps did just use distortion.
Jumps forward. Broken Blade. They saw him on a ward. It has expired. You can see the little bit of ruin there in the bush. So they don't know if Broken Blade is still here, but they can assume that he's waiting around the corner. Hansama and Mickey going through that bot lane tower will pick up the first place of the game.
This does get
Isn't Renata so fucking strong against G2's comp? Yeah, because they're low range, low mobility. Yes, it is, but I don't think G2 should be grouping at any point in time.
Invades off of Hansam and Mickey having the push on bottom side if they want to try and continue up with this, so that could lend itself to some aggression, but BB still hovering around this mid lane. Only level 1 still,
I
hasn't
think
been
he
able to
went
do much.
Counter-Strike first, because you're looking for the chains into Counter-Strike Flash onto Faker, but he steps away, Electrocute procs on him, down to about 210 HP.
And the focus of so many teams against T1 has been towards the mid lane. The feeling of if you can get Faker under pressure, if you can get Faker behind, then the
Thing is, it's very hard to get Faker behind an Orianna. When you give him the Orianna pick, like I think you got to target ban Faker better. I don't understand why we tried to ban 380 carries before G2. What did that do? We left Kalista and Varus up. It doesn't matter.
But when you look bot lane, they did have to drop a full wave. You can see exactly 6 CS as the difference for Hansama, and I think this is where we're going to see if Hansama and Mickey are able to punish that little bit of an advantage that they have, or whether it is going to be Zeus at least benefiting from the fact that he got that little bit of time away from the matchup. But it hasn't been a huge amount of time, and BB still has the level advantage.
The wave wasn't in a great spot for Zeus, just outside of tower range. The reinforcing wave will push it towards him. You can see he can catch this a little bit deeper, but Broken Blade winning out on the early trades. They're getting his grass box off. Yike secures T1's bottom side jungle as Faker and Caps continue to trade in mid.
Of course, there's so much hype around Camille pick as well coming into this tournament because of the buffs to the Q as well as the W. So we shall see. We've had a lot of successful Camille's already, and Zeus was definitely one of them as well.
Cario was not one of the successful Camille's.
Later stages of the game. But now we just have junglers retaking on their other sides as well. Owner does pass through the old control ward though.
Let's stand one of his own, but Caps will be very aware that Owner is waiting around the corner.
He's not going to actually gank a LeBlanc, guys, unless LeBlanc uses waste W, so, you know, he's just going to go on his merry way. It's mostly just to prevent him from getting killed by Kha'Zix. That ward actually having a lot of value. Or seeing Sejuani.
When retaking the side of your map that you just left, there were so many plays where T1 had left wards on G2's side, and G2 then it was either Yike or Mickey going over those wards for an attempted play, and T1 were able to use that information to counter their play and turn that one around. So definitely keeping track of all these straggling wards there. This time around, it was G2 with the extra control ward behind the red buff that's on, and it will probably be those objectives traded.
Yike went for a very late reset though, completely cleaned out his topside jungle, so there's nothing really on the top side apart from Void Growth.
So Caps can trade aggressively because he knows they're at Drake.
It's like a bit of a weird one. It looks like they want to try and contest with Dragon, but they're already too late.
Owner can always just jump out of the back of the pit here.
Yeah, why are we trying to contest this? Super weird.
Him to smite away the Drake. T1 on the board with the first dragon of the series, a mountain in their name.
Yeah, and you can tell with the pings that are going down that T1 realized that Yike is more than likely going to be moving into his bottom side, but he's actually going to start moving up towards his top side to look for the Void Grub spawn in just a couple of seconds. Going to take a quick pit stop at mid, but I think it's more to ensure Caps can shove this out and get a reset for himself rather than actually set up anything.
See, bot lane's not resetting either, so neither of the supports on their way for a fight around the grubs, which will be up in about 8 seconds' time. Owner is pathing towards his top side. I wonder if he'll want a little piece of this action.
Looks like he's going to continue clearing his side camps. Now, the extra experience that you do get off of grubs is also really, really nice for Kha'Zix specifically, because Kha'Zix needs the level 6, needs the ultimate to be able to go put pressure on Orianna. The LeBlanc-Orianna matchup really needs some extra pressure on the Orianna applied by teammates coming to give value to your kill threat on the champion. And so once Kha'Zix gets level 6, I would not be surprised if we saw Yike trying to stealth into mid lane, outside of the brush, even with the brush.
Gotta love Guma. Only chat going on hit Kalista Varus. No, that's not true. Maybe in the last couple of best of 5s, but usually you can't get enough damage down to make it worthwhile, but there's not really a lot of CC. I mean, actually, it's probably kind of a mistake to go on hit here because, you know, are you going to be in a 1v1 or a 2v2, a skirmish versus Draven or Kha'Zix? You probably don't want to go on hit. You probably, I think it's probably better just to go lethality and poke them. They don't have much HP. They don't have a tank really outside of Mickey.
Surprised to see it, to be perfectly honest, because I did think they'd want to try and keep the matchup with Broken Blade there, but maybe they just feel like with the Sheen proc coming through from Zeus, this isn't the best time to have them in the 1v1, so sending Hansam up instead now to collect this big wave.
Kalista is just a utility ADC. Nah, you have to snowball with the Kalista for her to be useful. Like, you have to do things in the bot lane. But certainly with Ori and Camille, you have enough damage that Kalista can be more of a utility this game. But I think lethality is probably pretty good.
After they get this push out, in fact, we can kind of see it already. Zeus working his way down towards the bottom lane.
Isn't it grieving going lethality, Kalista, the matches with Cassante against you? No, because if you can't consistently auto-attack, then the on-hit has no value. So if you're in a composition where you can't get multiple autos off, it's actually just better to build lethality, I think.
I'm definitely looking for some mid-lane spicy trades.
We talked a lot in draft about the
Like, in theory, if you were allowed to just stand there and auto a Cassante all day, of course on-hit is better, but that's not the reality of playing this game.
Kha'Zix specifically is definitely a nicely scaling jungler. One of those assassins needs to get the lethality first, so on first rated Dirk have the possibility on going to try and burn some extra summoner spells, but of course the lane swap also slowing down the pace of the game for us.
See, I wasn't sure if they were trying to get Mickey to interact with the lanes by having Hansam push in top and then maybe come for the play in mid.
Well, we don't have to worry about Cassante. He was banned, guys. The bad Cassante man can't hurt you in this game.
I wasn't sure if they were trying to get Mickey to interact with the lanes by having Hansam push in top and then
Okay, so we just saw Leap Strike used in the bot side, and Zeus actually uses this as an opportunity to all in. So he forces the flash, but then Glacial Prison comes out right afterwards. Very nice play. So flash in, Camille ult. He actually waits for him to flash before activating Permafrost, and then follows it up with Glacial Prison.
Sejuani jungle difference turns the matchup, and that is going to be huge.
Faker's coming across. Caps move quickly enough. Yike's now on the wrong side of this wall. Lands the smite, can try and jump. Trying to trade back onto Faker. Uses the flash. Whirling death as well by Hansama invested.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that they could get out, but good response from T1. They get to play on bot side and stop any sort of real cross map. Yes, you get the blue buff, but burning Yike's flash is huge for a Kha'Zix.
T1 coming into this series, so much pressure on their shoulders. You saw how hard they took their previous loss, and coming out very calm in the opening and collected in their play-in. Owner comes for a lane gank. Even though Zeus wasn't able to get the stun there, is able to get the ultimate, and ultimate place, stacking up the Sejuani stuns into the Sejuani ultimate.
It's interesting how fast they turned around that trade where Broken Blade engaged for the trade and he used his Leap Strike on the bottom side.
Is always the highlight.
Power of the double melee there, costing Broken Blade his life, and we wondered if...
Am I alone in the opinion? I think it was a bad idea to get Broken Blade and Zeus into carry matchups. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Zeus has looked the worst this tournament when he's been in, like, Cassante-Zac matchups. You know what I mean? Even in the last series that G2 played, he didn't look good. First time tuning into the stream from Elephant Pods. Thank you very much. Welcome.
I was going to say, G2 haven't really blown open the game in the way I feel like they need to. Yes, Broken Blade is getting small advantages, but it's not the read right home event. Zeus still going to feel it.
No flash, knocked into the wall, no Hexagolden Maiden for him either. Mickey tanking, slowed down with the steadfast
need to. Yes, Broken Blade is getting.
All right, so we switch it up top. ASTP's top, and he gets immediately pounded into the wall by the Halo Blade support Poppy. Why would he go in? That was really weird. Why would he do that? Oh, well. Unfortunate that Hansama didn't get that.
Maybe you could get something, but having burnt that flash already, there's no way he's going to get onto the Poppy. Now Cap's trading heavily against Faker. Just going to back away for the moment, though.
And that could be 6 Void Grubs. That certainly will be
6 Void Grubs is actually huge for G2's composition if they get into a split with LeBlanc and Jax.
Bring everybody over to help out on the push. Still going to be G2 cashing in on the first turret bonus, though.
Whirling Death coming across as well to clear out the wave means that T1 can't get as many minions to die to this tower. Broken Blade was in the vicinity. He's just met up against Ona. He needs to jump away. You can see Mickey trying to join the fray. Ona dashes in. Broken Blade has the Grandmaster's Mount and a counter-strike, but doesn't land a stun. Immediately they dive onto Gumayushi. The hostile takeover. Keeper's verdict will knock back too. Glacial Prison not enough to lock down BB, and G2 able to survive the die.
Yeah, good defense here. G2, they use the Draven ultimate, and then they also send Mickey to come out and stop this pushing from T1. They're getting themselves a very nice gold lead in addition to the 6 Grubs. The only thing with the T1 for their advantage is the Dragons.
Hansama's on the way bot side, though, which means the T1 have to back off, which means you've just bought an Essence Reaver and a BF sword, and you're more than likely going to get some more turret plates on the bottom side for Hansama off the play.
And you have Yike with the ability to clear out all the wards here with the Umbral Glaive getting.
All right, so some good plays by G2. G2 actually in a gold lead right now, kind of up across the board.
Plays to really, really cash in.
And they haven't even gotten a Draven cash in yet. Just a cheeky 1,000 gold up from plates. What's in the second cup, Monty? Black coffee.
They have 1 in mid, 1 in top, and 2 in bot lane. They just haven't got all of that early gold in the same way that G2 have, which is why, even though the scores are even though it's 1-1, G2 have this 1,000 gold lead.
And the thing is, you have to drop.
Will a new episode of Foreplay be out today or tomorrow?
Because you need to go, oh, we are second behind the play.
Isn't that bitter? No, because I don't drink crap coffee.
Shockwave doesn't land, Caps. Quick enough reactions to back out. Ona was on his way. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the tower is going to be felled by G2. Hansama continues to extend his gold lead, about 1.5k ahead now.
And he still hasn't cashed in.
Yeah.
He's still sitting on a ton of money. That could be a big potential there. So I think T1, they need to try and get down into this bot lane and turn that around, but it's been very, very difficult. Caps has been able to get a good amount of pressure mid, and then
has the Hexagoldamatum. Caps flashes, but he can't get away.
He knows he's screwed. I mean, the lockdown from the Hextech Ultimatum is super good here with Draven and LeBlanc. They kind of picked into, where the Camille could be strong.
With the hefty gold lead, and you mentioned the stacks is actually a big benefit right now because it also helps out with the possibility for executing. We'll see if they can actually pull it off, though. They sent him mid. Poppy.
Gonna get the knockback onto Gumayushi. No stun to follow up, though. Carrier still there. The Whirling Death going wide. Hansama unable to cash in yet. For T1 now, though, the question is, how do you play around these next objectives? Are you looking to fight the Rift Herald?
It's very hard to. You just had to send.
Love the Vauderies. Thank you. Thank you for coming by.
Carrier will get some of the healing here, but you've still got a massive Draven who is.
Not much is happening in this game yet.
Didn't really use anything. They've even got Broken Blade in position. So right now, there's little that T1 can do to contest this Herald take.
Well, they're going to try and face check here and move in for some wards at the very least as Owner leads the way.
I think the important thing with this is
we left Ori open to pull out the LeBlanc. Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Don't know if Faker's TPing in and going to respond to a play. Now T1 will start it. Caps is already moving up, doesn't have the TP yet, nor does Faker, but it looks like it's going to be a 5v4.
Certainly does. Yike in the wings here on Kha'Zix. Could slip in for a steal. Mickey as well, ultimate.
Keeper's verdict only onto Carrier. No hostile takeover for T1. They begin to back away. Step out present.
We're opting into this. We're opting into this. I mean, level 1, one of the issues with support Poppy is that obviously you only have level 1 ults for like the whole game, and level 1 ult doesn't actually send you very far, right? The higher the level of Poppy ult, the further you fly.
For a steal. Mickey as well, ultimate.
Keeper's verdict only onto Carrier. No.
And there's quite a bit of time here where Carrier has an opportunity to walk back onto this, and Mickey walks up and just dies.
The counter strike on the back line, though, it's captured.
My God, I can't believe Guma breaks the chain there. Gumayushi, breaker of chains. Oh my God, he gets hit by this, runs away, and that breaks the chain. Look at that. It's actually the Renata ult that saves him. Oh my God, that was so close. He flashes into the brush. Hansama flashes into the brush. Woo!
Continues to chase. Carrier does have the red buff, can get a slow onto Cavs, but you really can't slow the LeBlanc that much.
Gumayushi actually recalled though, so he's coming back with full HP. Carrier wasted his flash. He thought Guma would be there faster.
Cavs tries to get away. The ultimatum marks the spot of his gravestone as Zeus gets his second.
They spent so much time dodging back and forth down there that Zeus was able to teleport back in on the Camille and get one back. This series is already delivering with the combat. Let's take another look at how it started out, because Mickey actually went down really early, even though he does get his ultimate onto Carrier there at the beginning for the temporary numbers advantage. He then got it just blown up immediately. Guma was able to get the kill, but Caps put so much pressure onto Guma, gets the pop onto him as you get that cash in, that big execute we are looking for.
And big ultimate from Carrier as well. It takes Hansama to the fight because he's running away from the hostile takeover, so he's gonna have to deal the damage.
His mechanics on Camille are so clean.
Was so close to being enough, but just not quite. But now we're back into it. Dragon is spawned. Zay is still on the top side. Caps does have the TP to come into this fight, but does he really have anywhere to get involved with right now?
Draven up 2k now. Yeah, surely Mickey doesn't need to jump in there. Yeah, he doesn't, actually. He doesn't need to E in, I don't think.
I think you need to talk about the Infinity Edge that was picked up by Hansama after that cash in. He is 2 items, huge Draven, but he's mid, so they're not going to fight it. It doesn't look like. Where if Hans is not coming, they're not going to go.
G2 did TP BB into that bottom side, I think, to try and get their waves in order, but with Zayas being able to get the top tower while we're looking at the replay.
Alright, so soul point for T1.
Too many waves that aren't in favor of G2, so they decide not to fight, giving a third dragon now over to T1.
It's the Chemtech Soul on the horizon for T1. Not the most powerful, but still, with the fights as close as they are, can do a huge amount of work for you.
I think that T1 are
trying to get into the split push with LeBlanc and Jax, but this Jax is too weak and the Camille is too strong at this point in time. So I don't think that G2 can really execute the plan they wanted to execute, unfortunately.
With his IE plus Essence Reaver. So you have to be very, very careful. He does not have his flash right now, so the rest of G2 playing around him, using that Herald mid, making sure that he has a body blocker. Mickey's job here of steadfast presence, making sure that Zeus cannot get in there with a hook shot and a flash onto Hansama is the #1 most important thing.
And that's why Tempo's going
G2 with 6 Void Grubs pretty huge, though. Is the Kha'Zix pick any good? No. It's bad. I don't know why they picked it. I think they just wanted to collapse onto side lanes with LeBlanc and Jax with Kha'Zix. Timmy Boy, thank you. Let's go. Hope you and the family are well, sir. We are. That is where Zeus wins you games. That's what T1 have relied on. You said post-match at T1 we're doing something new in lane swaps, which were caused him to fall behind in top lane because he was always forced to use his TP early. I don't know about that. We'll go back and look at it in a minute.
It's another turret to T1.
T1 will have to quickly get out of there. You can see G2 starting to make their way down, though. They do have control over mid, and this is where a lot of it's going to be on Mickey trying to help out in keeping those side lanes in check.
What a first game, guys.
I mean, what caused him to fall behind was just getting kills onto Camille, right?
T1 trying to crack through this mid lane, but they don't have the wave to do so right now.
It does feel like the further you go, though, that it is going to get to a stage where T1 just come alive.
Agree, and need to have opportunities to get chunk damage onto members of T1 before T1 are set up.
G2 have been playing predominantly around this top side as Yike jumps in, Edge of Night, Shield, Glacial Prison, down TP. Hostile Takeover is going to land onto Caps, Hansama able to dodge away from it, but already Yike is falling, there's T1. They've been playing predominantly around this top side as
Yike just jumps in and gets hit by Glacial Prison and dies. Zeus TPs, gets onto Hansama. Hansama's in a very bad position. All right, he gets the shutdown and the cash in, though. Not sure you're getting out of this one, Cap. Smites. You have Ori speed. There you go, permafrost.
T1 completely split up G2. Yike falls too quickly, and then they try to
Nah, Jinzhao would have been much better here, but they banned it because they didn't want Owner to pick it. But if you're going to play Kha'Zix, why not just let Owner pick Jinzhao? I don't know.
And he did get the Gromp, but then he immediately gets stunned up. Faker and Owner.
Carry does a good job preventing the follow-up. He doesn't hit anybody with run out of ult, but it prevents any kind of re-engage.
They try and get in there, but Hansama's so deep that he trades on the Camille, and it's T1 finishing up.
That's a play by Hansama, though. At least getting a trade kill there.
now it's going to be T sure that it's
Has performed, even though
for G2 though is the lack of vision. G2 as their entry.
All right, so now
get so much value from a Faker shockwave, a carry ultimate, and just keep G2 out of that river.
yeah, I think
Chemtech Soul is going to be up.
Get vision control of like half the map. If you get a quadrant controlled with vision, then you can make use of.
Why do you think Faker's having a rough MSI? I don't know, guys. I feel like his injury may be bothering him. It's weird to see such a sudden dip in his performance.
You can see Zeus hovering in the tri-bush, looking to see if the Baron has been begun by G2, and now they started off. Going to be a 4v4 to kick us off. The TP is available for both mid laners. Zeus on the flank, as you say. Hansama opening up. Broken Blade going in with a Counter-Strike Keeper's verdict. But now T1 of the... Going to be a 4v4 to kick us off.
How'd they get that with the Draven?
For both mid laners. Zeus on the flank, as you say. Hansama opening up. Broken Blade going in with a Counter-Strike Keeper's verdict.
Where's the turn down the line? Or he's trying to TP. Where was Zeus? Oh, he's just been on the flank this whole time. I love having this fucking picture-in-picture so I can't see where Zeus is. Zeus walks up from behind. They forgot about Zay. Faker like motions to TP, doesn't even get that opportunity. Zeus just wins the game for them.
Over to the Baron. Zeus teleport looks like it has a second.
Shockwave out by Faker. Cap's able to dodge away from it. Yike is here as well as Faker's down to half HP. He has to jump away. The Baron sitting at 12,000 right now.
G2 over chased. You want to? Yeah, of course. Why are we trying to make that play?
She turns his eyes instead of from the big purple worm back towards Cat. Yike looking for the steal, has no flash.
BB's up in 3 though.
Flash. Game 1.
In game, he hits food for Zeus. And they chase up, got the extra map control.
I mean, you know where Zeus is. You literally see him.
This fight had a moment for G2 when Mickey hit the Poppy ultimate. They've got Baron and they've got the extra map control to use it. Let's take a look though. This fight had a moment for G2.
Like, they think because Faker's not going to be able to come in and Cap's chasing around topside that they can do this, but I mean, it's just, it feels so bad. I think this Camille is just so far ahead, and, you know, the Camille just has access to lock down anybody, basically.
T1 who was able to clear all that vision in that area, getting that control over mid, and then setting up for that play for Zeus. And I think that's where G2 now, you have to keep this Poppy ultimate for Zeus. He locks up Hansama way too well, and he's just not getting to play the game.
Zeus. Finals MVP of the world champion team. 3 items on Camille saying, nice matchup.
Those are 3 items ahead, 3 levels ahead. Like, the guy is just decimating inside lane.
And T1 have played so well around.
Poor Broken Blade. His blade is broken.
Will go down. He doesn't have the the reinforcements yet. Kumu and Carrier move across. G2 looking for something. Mickey will land the knock into the wall, but it's only on the support. And
Yeah, not sure. I'm not sure E into Carrier was worth dying there. Whatever. Game is already over. All right, I'm going to go back and watch this lane swap again. So what are they doing new in lane swaps? Well, we'll never know because I have to watch this wave dying into the turret. So they literally do a strong side follow into third wave crash.
And the focus of so many teams against T1.
Yeah, CTP's in. So then they back off
You can get Faker under pressure. If you can get Faker behind
into the 1v1.
shot calling for the team does suffer, but
Zeus is down in terms of XP though. I don't understand why this is new. I don't understand why this is new, guys. So they force this TP, but you can always TP. Oh, he was talking about game 3. Yeah, nothing about this is new.
He can catch this a little bit deeper.
Camille pick as well as he forward though.
Stand one of his own, but Caps will be very aware.
Zeus doesn't need to TP. Yeah, but
Just trying to keep the wave away from his
I mean this can be standard. The thing is, guys, the thing is that BB gets a level advantage off of the TP, right? When you have Zeus doing a strong side jungle follow where he goes to the camps, he's still level 1. And he's sharing XP up until the point. So if you catch the stacked wave, you still have a level advantage, and you can recall and just walk the lane at this point in time.
BB has the opportunity.
G2 series had left wards on G2's side. Be those objectives traded.
You know what I mean? This is pretty fine game state at this point. He's going to catch this wave and be ahead. So no, it's not this game. This is normal.
Looks like he needs the ultimate to be able to go.
And by now, look, his TP's 2/3 of the way back up. He has topside pressure, and they take grubs. They actually get the objective as well. This is totally fine. He's ahead in XP. He's even in CS. He's slightly behind in gold, I guess, by 100. Who cares?
Used it 7 seconds before that cooldown's back up. And Mickey uses
The pressure works so he could get. I mean, he's gonna have TP back up. So what he wasn't talking about. Whatever he was talking about wasn't this game. This game seems fine.
2024, I almost forgot where we were there for a second, lads. We're getting straight on into picks and bans for game.
You mentioned it was game 3. All right, we'll take a close look when we get to game 3.
Elimination series. T1 in dominant fashion took game 1. Now G2 on the blue side. Senna, Ash, and Renata banned away. Rek'Sai, Zac, and Tristana banned away by T1.
Yeah, I think G2 missed a lot of their timing windows to really punish T1 in the last game. We saw them try and go for that reset for Dragon, a little bit too late to the party. When we look towards the
All right, are you serious? In this series, Draven is like first pick worthy. We've ascended, guys. We've ascended, but we banned Senna when we first picked Draven. Don't forget, we banned the Senna when we first picked Draven for reasons. For reasons. All right, same bans, even though T1 is on red side. Ash ban smart, but Faker's just gonna first pick Ori. Like, what are we doing? Ori. No, we're gonna take Poppy Varus. Okay.
At least throw him the Tristana ban again. At least giving that.
I think the big thing for T1 in game 1 was the fact that Faker on Orianna could neutralize mid. He was able to match the push that Caps had, and even though he fell low a couple of times, he was never losing in that matchup. For G2, the question is, do you pick the Orianna?
What do you think about G2 not banning out Faker champ pool? I'm not a fan. All right, so now we're going for Viego reset comp with Draven single target damage.
With the Viego, it feels to me more like they're eyeing up something like an Ari in the mid lane, something that can try and beat.
Yeah, G2 might take Ari. LeBlanc is fine here again, probably.
Because I think that was the big part that was missing for me. Yike has been such a core part of for Caps.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're not going to take Varus Callista, interestingly. Faker just playing Azir.
They can also double ban now, expect Talia ban.
So I guess the Azir is because he can probably engage more aggressively onto Draven, and he can push people out if they start threatening a Viego reset.
He's most worried about for Caps for second counter into Azir, double protection ban there.
Is Poppy a good idea to pick first when you don't know if there'd be dash champs in the first place? I think it's mostly a takeaway, and also the door is still open here for them to play Varus Callista, which is probably what they want to do. So taking away the Poppy makes it a lot less bad for that.
Assuming that it's going into owner's hands.
It is.
And you have to take the Poppy early because G2 just first rotation, they first round of the draft picked Poppy, so they would have picked Poppy here, right?
Which is more than history and to G2 last week.
True. Exactly. Yeah. Heal here.
That's what's jumping out. The other thing you
Gets put behind.
Aurelion Soul for Caps, okay. And Urgot in the top lane. Are we just going to take Alistair as our support? Yeah, so basically we're just trying to have survivability, have backline threat, having disengage, have engage with the Alistair. So you can punish the Draven if he's standing in the front, and also you can shove people away. They're getting close to a reset.
And I think a little bit of that has been because of how prolific
Just front-to-back team fighting. Owner has been a great jungle Poppy for a long time. Its Poppy is so good. I mean, this Aurelion Soul could die like 20 times in lane, guys. Versus Azir Poppy. Especially after Azir hits 6. Like, you know, it is, if you lose Flash as Aurelion Soul and there's a Poppy jungler, you can't get out because you just get W'd.
Aurelion Soul executes all to get souls for Viego for Yike to be able to reset. They have so many ways to get these executes off on you that you really have to be careful with your life pools here in the team fight. The first person to die.
That here, it's Aurelion fights.
T1 Dick much stronger.
Making a play on his ear in clutch moments that brings them into a victory. Taught a lot against the Gen G over the course of playoffs. Didn't quite get the win sometimes, but was still a very big thorn in their side on this pick. And it feels like it's going to be a major issue for G2 in this game as well.
Onto the Rift we go once again. The storylines write themselves between these two teams. Met 5 times over the years. Last time G2 were able to pick up a victory was 2019 Worlds, where they beat T1 3-1. Last time T1 were able to pick up a victory last Friday, where they took down G2 3-2. T1 currently leading as well in the best of 5 standings, 3-2.
But a lot of it seems to be G2 trying to rechase that glory day of 2019, where they won MSI. They went to the World Championship Finals, but since then, it hasn't been all sunshines and rainbows, and this has been the 2-year project for G2 to find that success and contest on the main stage at international events once more.
All right, G2. They should have some priority on bottom side early on there with the Draven Nautilus, but look at that. Mickey's actually making a visit towards Faker first.
Faker has to burn the flash early. That's huge.
Have some priority on bottom side early on there with the Draven
and contest on the main.
All right, super interesting play, actually.
Sunshines and rainbows.
You know, they're using the advantage that they have from Alistair being useless. So you actually see Alistair pretty deep here. Alistair being useless at level 1 to make an illegal roam play. What is Faker doing, dude?
They should have some priority on bottom side early on there with the Draven.
Oh, he's setting up sand soldiers just to create a zone. Ooh, that's terrible.
That's huge from Mickey.
I love it from Mickey because, you know, carry on to Alistar is like, all right, level 1.
Yep, that's a really good play by Mickey.
And Mickey, with his free time, goes mid and gets.
But there's a price to be paid for this, guys. The price to be paid is now you can't zone them off the wave. So we'll have to see. This is an interesting play because normally what you would do is like zone the Alistair off the wave so that they're going to, you know, have to farm off of like a second or third wave crash. And they can't contest you level 2. The danger is now that Carry is going to hit level 2 faster, so there's a chance for an Alistair all in, but you did get the flash out, which is important, like I said, because I think the Aurelion Soul is like constantly under threat with Poppy.
Down the lane. Obviously, if you go to terrain, the cooldown is halved on it, so he's actually back in time for the CS in the bot lane. Zeus feeling the pain of shotgun knees here. Broken Blade continuing to trade. Owners on the top side of the map. Zeus swing around the rosies once again. Broken Blade using his autos just to chunk out Zeus, who's popped the ghost here. Well, Zeus, where you going, man? It's still on the wrong side of the rift. Broken Blade continues.
How did Zeus get over here?
Mickey, with his
did he get flipped?
Goes mid and gets a very, very, very valuable flash.
And dredgelining to terrain as well to get that extra movement down the lane. Obviously, if you go to terrain, the cooldown is halved on it, so he's actually back in time for the CS in the bot lane. Zeus feeling the pain of shotgun knees here. Broken Blade continuing to trade. Owners on the top side of the map. Zeus swing around the rosies once again. Broken Blade using his autos just to chunk out Zeus, who's popped the ghost here. Well, Zeus, where you going, man? It's still on the wrong side of the rift. Broken Blade continues to put the damage down. Zeus will get back with a flash. Disdain will knock him back. Broken Blade still looking for the damage.
Amazing.
About to time out. Owner went to red buff instead of coming towards
His knees are back. His shotguns are back.
Can't hit with the Q. Zeus able to get away, but Zeus burns
Wow.
his ghost. Broken Blade burns his flash. Zeus can just TP back.
That's the thing. I think Zeus would just be able to come back in. Ghost going to be up way sooner. So Broken Blade kind of needed to get the kill there. Oh, actually, in the bot side. Okay, Carry, nice head.
So Hansama hits 2 first because he was solo laning. It means Gumiushi has to wait a second, but now everybody's level 2. All right.
A little bit of a flash burnt there on Carry, and thanks to a nice hook from Mickey.
I'm just going to smite here. Ona's going to smash him into the wall. Can go back for that buckler. Carrier knocks away Mickey, but Mickey is here. Flash hook just wide. Spectral more away by Yike. He'll escape. In the end, it's a flash burn from Mickey. No flash burn on the side of T1. Carrier used his flash earlier, but Yike walking back. That is not a safe path. Ona.
Dude.
Smash him.
If he was hoping
Dude.
success in the top side, but
Yike is trolling.
a little bit of a flash burnt there on Carry, and thanks to a nice hook from Mickey.
I'm just going to smite here.
Yike can't hold the W. He just has to get hit by Poppy.
Carrier knocks away Mickey, but Mickey is here. Flash hook just wide. Spectral more away by Yike. He'll escape. In the end, it's a flash burn for Mickey.
Owner does have a good read, though. Yike thinks he's on Grump. Yike thinks he's on Grump, so he thinks this is safe, and he just reads Yike so hard.
Walking back. That is not a safe path. Owner puts him 6 feet under in the river.
Owner's a Poppy god too, and he strikes first in this game. Now he's got eyeballs towards
He can flash. He can flash E this.
to be
Flash WE.
Flash, hammer smash, steadfast presence down. Caps puts the singularity out. Faker continuing to trade in. Faker dives back in and dives. Under in the river.
Where was why? What?
Poppy god too, and he strikes first in this game. Now he's got eyeballs.
He doesn't have E. He doesn't have E. That's why this doesn't work, guys. Why would you make this gank without E? You flash EW. He doesn't have E at the start of this play.
Towards Caps. Caps should be.
Oh, no, he does. What?
Flash.
What? What is this play?
Steadfast presence down. Caps puts the singularity out. Faker continuing to
No, he does have E. He waits for it to come up. He waits for it. It's up. Why doesn't he just flash E? Like, what the fuck, Owner? Dude, Owner fucked this play up.
Flash, hammer smash, steadfast presence down. Caps puts the singularity out. Faker continuing to trade in. Faker dives back in and dives. Faker. Flash, hammer smash.
Like, but you gotta just, here's the thing, guys. If this guy's flash is down, you already won. You already won. Like, I don't understand why Owner doesn't flash EW. What?
And he strikes first in this game. Now he's got eyeballs towards Caps. Caps should be.
This is free, guys. This is free. He starts his Q animation. He Q flashes. He's so greedy, guys. If he flash EWQ or EQWs, I think they get this kill. Oh my god. That is free. Remember when they did this versus Team Liquid? Like, remember when they used the Poppy versus Aurelion Sol? Like, it, and then if you get the flash down, you can just chain kill the Asol. Ah. Also, Owner, you have to just die there. Usually they have such good synergy. I agree. Faker and Owner do have excellent synergy most of the time.
Caps just stares him down. Let's take another look at the beginning of this one. Owner with the flash trade, and then he saved the minion to taxi out.
Faker tanks the tower, eats the Stardust at the same time, dashes back in.
Oh my god, the level up too.
Miscalculation there.
But it's also greed from Faker. Owner just killed Jike in the jungle, who's come mid, burnt the enemy flash, and Faker's going in. It feels just a little bit overeager from the T1 mid.
Yeah, I think he was hoping, look, Owner is here. I can trade kill for kill. We get the push in, and then I actually come out with a lead. But as you say, Faker.
I think that's on Owner, guys. I mean, Faker shouldn't have followed it up, obviously. But Owner was like, all right, it's okay, though, because they got Aurelion Sol's flash, so they can kill him again. It's not a big deal. You can still chain kill him now.
One of those minions taking a tower shot means it will. He can put the singularity down, obviously.
I mean, what Faker should not have gone back in when the play went awry. You're like, all right, we got his flash. Faker, your flash is going to be back up sooner. You're going to get 6. We'll just kill him then.
Owner's still doing a good job though on this bottom side. You can see him getting into the face of Yike, just getting some vision down in this bot side jungle, trying to track where Yike is. Because I think that's going to be the big move, but it already happened in the mid.
Yike has flash, Faker has none. Flash Spectral more, and Faker falls again.
Jesus Christ. Well, Faker having Chovy flashbacks, just a 2-0 Aurelion Soul, Giga scaling in the mid lane at 5 minutes. This is not how this is supposed to go, guys. It ain't supposed to go like this. This should be a disaster for Aurelion Soul. But it's apparently a disaster for Azir.
For the side of T1, but G2 want to roll with that momentum as quickly as possible to even up the series.
Also, just an Aurelion Soul getting accelerated is never a good thing. He only gets so dangerous when he starts to get items under his belt and he gets the free farm. And when you're already working very quickly up towards...
Does LPL have a 4th team that even deserves Worlds? Sure. I'd love to see NIP or FPX. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, the Rylai's especially, the single item power spike for Aurelion Soul is so big because you can...
I'd love to see both of those teams. I wish that we had 5 LPL teams at Worlds.
So then it makes Guma usually have to play so much more safe because if the dragon...
Also, Weibo with Tarzan now and Breathe.
Extra slow, it's always going to force something.
Especially the on-hit Varus as well. I expected coming into this game that we'd actually see the poke Varus when you get the consistent...
Divide out, Caps. Look for the damage, Spectral more going down onto Faker once again. Caps has the he pulls down the skies, but Owner blocks the breath of life and keeps his mid lane. You get the consistent divide out, Caps. Look for the damage,
What the fuck is going on in this mid lane? So he does make the play, but Owner's just like clearing wards. Are they just not talking to each other? Are their mics broken? Oh, dude, that's a nice ult from Broken Blade. I tried to give it to Caps, but Caps wouldn't take it.
Get the whole team in there. It's Broken Blade from downtown, deep in the river, leaving his lane to come assist on the mid pressure.
Keep your eyes on Mickey, though. He's trying to get it back into the lane, got a Hex Flash over the wall. You can see Gumayushi and Keria setting up a trap there to see if they get something. But with that play in mid now, Yike going to open up the Void Grub. Zeus wants something to say about it as T1 come back out onto the map.
Yike gets one, we'll get the treat, we'll get the XP from it. Backs away afterwards, Owner's on his way, and I think it's wise for Yike not to stay around, especially with Caps already resetting. Blasting one and an Aptome in his inventory. I will say, like, this is how we saw BLG beat T1. You put Faker behind. He is the glue that holds this T1 together. You only have to remember last year, they almost didn't make Worlds because Poby had to sub in, and then Faker rejoined as we see a fight in the bot lane. Hansama now has the Whirling Death, and Mickey continues to step forward. Gumayushi doesn't have much mana. Keria doesn't have much HP.
This has certainly been an extremely rough tournament for Faker. But you do have to remember, it was him in game number 5 versus their series versus G2 on the Ahri that pulled out the charm flash play over the wall to still clutch it. We will see if the failures continue or if he can pull out of it and clutch for T1 once again.
So
we'll see if the failures continue or if he can pull out of it and clutch for T1 once again.
Oh!
We will see if the
Keria
continue or if he can pull out of it and clutch for T1 once again.
Whoops. He was trying to flash WQ there, I'm pretty sure. Whoops.
You flash, you think you're in W range, you're not. You hit headbutt the ground.
Yeah.
But we'll have another look at the play in the
Whoops.
And it's just nicely done.
Sloppy game.
He's in this position that he needs to be. And even though you get the Breath of Light cancelled by Owner stepping in front of it, we get the cinematic.
Dude, you got the dick rocket. I didn't know that fired from his... He literally has a dick harpoon. He has a fucking dick harpoon.
With BB having a great roam down to cover this one. And then Mickey just helping out and making sure they finish off Owner as well.
Yeah, you get so much more when you attack mid lane here because you're also drawing in extra kills onto the Poppy, extra kills onto Owner, putting him behind and not allowing T1 to set up their deeper vision that they usually use to get so much more safety.
once again, G2 out to a bit of a gold lead, about 1.4k right now. Caps looking up towards
The first thing that happens is a dick harpoon.
as well, probably backing outside of a bush.
I don't know what else to call it, guys. I didn't know it fired from his dick.
Mickey towards the mid lane once again. You can see
Cock it. That's very good.
Faker dashes away, does have the
Harpenis. Only on MonteCristo stream do we have these debates. Very good. Very good wordplay, everybody.
Caps is able to then get a reset off with that mid prowl, pushing the wave in quite nicely. Like you already said, Doctor, like Aurelion Soul getting accelerated is so difficult because the team fighting that this champion brings later to the game.
What can Riot do about this lane swap meta? Nothing. Leave it alone, you fucking freaks. It's great. Fuck Riot. They better not do anything about this lane swap meta.
For T1, and especially as Yike already starting up the dragon off of the push you have in bot lane, it feels like G2 are already going to start on that dominance. When it comes
These swaps suck ass. You suck ass. Dare's Ghost, you suck ass. I hope you get dick rocketed.
Start on that dominance when it comes to these neutral objectives from now on.
You can see owners on the top side of the map. No contest going to happen here by T1. Owner will look for Caps, but Caps already has the Rylai's in such a strong spot now. Could even Astral Flight up to the top lane. Decides against it.
If I had the drawing tool, I'd be highlighting these wards right now. These 3 control wards around mid lane for G2, they're just lighting up the avenues to gank towards mid lane, and also to allow mid lane.
You didn't even get a lane swap. Why are we even talking about lane? There was no lane swap in this game.
Great dodge away, burns the ghost forward, but gets BB's flash. Owner now starting up this.
According to Broken Blade, he wants it removed. Well, why did he invent it? Why did G2 bring this plague upon us? Broken Blade's like, I really hate this lane swap meta. Meanwhile, we're the ones who really started the lane swap meta because NIP did it one time and then we did it like 8 times in a row.
Against the wall. Faker on the move, steadfast presence away.
It was G2, guys. NIP did it one time. And G2 then did it 10 times in LEC playoffs. Nobody would have done it if G2 hadn't done it a million times, guys. Just because NIP did it one time doesn't mean G2 does it 23 times.
You have to be careful here as G2. You just invested a lot into that top side play with Cap's ultimate, but Voidgroup's going to be up soon.
Nice. That's beautiful. That is beautiful by Keria. Faker's back, boys. He TP'd in and stole a kill. That's beautifully played by Keria.
Even with the dredge line, Faker can chase him down. Mickey will fall. A 2-0 for T1 in the bot side. Eventually.
Nicely done there. I like
Maybe
it.
He gets out. There's no way he gets out, right? Owner's it. There's no way he gets out. Oh, he gets out! Oh, he gets out! No way!
My God.
This is the way he still gets out.
Faker may be eternal, but Mickey is.
I mean, he's gonna die. I think he's trying to execute, right?
And there, I like.
He gets out of this. Even with the dredge line, Faker can chase him down. Mickey will fall. A 2-0 for T1 in the bot side. Eventually.
Nicely done there. I like
Maybe
it.
He gets out. There's no way he gets out, right? Owner's it. There's no way he gets out.
What is Owner doing?
Nicely done.
Owner thinks he's going to take the turret shot and die, but it's just one turret shot against the Nautilus. Oh, he had the shield. Mickey X swag walking out. That's so funny.
I mean, he's gonna die. I think he's trying to execute, right? If he executes off this, though. Oh no.
No way.
Guma's here. Guma's here. The sniper.
That was very funny.
That was always going to be the way
That was funny.
This bought so much time for G2. They actually managed to steal away one of these void grubs, actually 2 of these void grubs on the top side, so we'll make it a 3-for-3 in the long run.
I mean, Yike might just look for the smite.
That's incredible, guys.
Owner and Yike. Both of them have the upgraded smite, and Yike gets it. That's mites for G2.
I Love that, actually. Before the Q2 pops there, Yike goes in with his own burst combo and is able to yoink it away at 1K.
XQ is faster than recalling. Yeah, it's true, but like, does that change this game? Probably not.
Respond with topside tower still going to be there, and it's a big break point too, right? Because they did lower the Void Grub required for the Void Might down to 4, so very big steal away from them. But T1 still prio on top side and still pushed in.
And they have the vision as well. Don't know that Mickey's on his way up here. Yike pathing towards the bottom side. Owner opening up through mid, but he's going to go bot as well for his Gromp and his Razor Beaks. Maybe even fight over that Scuttle Crab. Gold relatively even between these two. 500.
Mickey greeted a little bit. I don't know if he would have gotten the execute, right? Because Faker did hit him in the mid lane, so he may have had to wait. But he also just greeted a little bit to see if he could actually pull off the recall and live. It was an unassisted kill for Guma. Yeah, by the time Guma got there, yes. So I guess he should have, but he didn't know Guma was swapping back. So yeah, he should have executed, but whatever. It was funny. We had a laugh.
He's only at 100 stacks now. That execute threshold for the Whirling Death isn't in the same place as it would have been if he had a fight with those stacks up.
All right, the chicken fight here. Not successfully taken for the big one, and owner's at least gonna
Hans on Draven means it's June. I mean, he just can't step up. He's gonna get you can't step up. You're gonna get engaged on by Alistar. You're gonna get scooped by Azir. You're gonna get Poppy ulted or Cassante ulted or Chains of Corrupt Varus ulted. Right? It's really hard to step up on Draven versus the composition that we're seeing from T1.
So the dive might happen. You can see Mickey thinking about it. It's like, oh, he's only got the Unbreakable Will. That only reduces damage by like 55%. So we can probably work our way through that eventually. Broken Blade still trading with Zeus in the bottom lane as Yike looks for a gank on Faker.
Yeah, I mean, G2 is still really winning this game with the scaling they're going to get on Aurelion Sol. Those 2 kills and 2 assists on Aurelion Sol earlier are huge, right? He's up in CS. Cap's probably feeling amazing.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to burn something from Faker, either the Flash or the Emperor's Divide before this came up, but now G2 going to start up. But honestly, I think T1 in a pretty decent position to try and contest this.
But it is hard. It is hard for Hansama to play the game. But he doesn't actually have to play the game because if Caps ults, everybody gets slowed, and then he can auto-attack people forever. They have great peel for him. Caps, please ult. Viego gets ulted out. Caps has no mana. Caps has no mana. Caps has no mana. What the fuck? Caps has no mana. He doesn't do anything. By the way, this Poppy ult from Owner is so clutch because it prevents more Viego resets. So he's doing Breath of Light, Keria just knocks him up, and Caps has no more mana, and the Poppy ult is huge. Oh my god. If Viego doesn't get knocked out, G2 probably win this game. Caps had no mana though. Also, I think his ult was late.
At least be able to trade and pick the Rift Out up for themselves, I believe, because Zeus by himself is not going to be able to.
The owner getting that ultimate on towards Yike in the middle of that fight as well just set up so beautifully for T1 to take the number that's advantage in that fight.
Zeus is here on his lonesome, no
I haven't watched any games in a few years, and this is the first series I watched. How did EU get worse? Well, I mean, G2 actually played really well in this tournament, so you just picked the wrong series.
There's a Rift Hell for G2. They'll go for the tier 2, but T1 should be able to get at least 1 tower in response to this. The charge comes forward.
Yeah, T1 are pushing on 2 lanes right now, but G2 have a harder push because of the Rift Herald, because of the Void Mites popping out as well. So it kind of has to be answered there. And Zeus move in, and they want to save the Rift Herald. I love everyone's always driving it away and kind of delaying.
This game is not disastrous for G2 at all.
Stylish escape, but Zeus probably still should be able to collect that one.
We just lost a little bit of the. We lost the lead that Aurelion Sol had.
So, I mean, which is going to be a big win for T1. The goal is still relatively even, but the fact that you're getting so much map control is going to do them quite a bit of a favor, especially if you can get that push in mid and then start to lean in towards side lanes. And Hansama, once more, hasn't got that chance to cash in, didn't die in the last one, so it's not like this Draven is massive in the mid lane for you to try and deal with. And Carrier linking up with Faker in this top side wants to start to set up that vision so they can contest.
I think you can play more conservatively with Draven here because you have the Aurelion Soul and the Urgot, so you can play further back with Draven. I think the Draven is not great here, but it's okay.
And importantly for Faker, even though he went 0-3 at the start of the game, he's now sitting at 2-4. Hash that Nash's Tooth will scale up throughout the game. So he was very far behind. Now the gold is even in the mid lane.
If you're going to count on one player, never mind.
He has the dredge line here. Carrier goes in.
We're TPing in for this. All right.
Out from Ona. He tries to flash away.
Just disengage with Chain of Corruption, Poppy ult, and his Azir ult. Up, Faker is still going to get commented from space right on his dome. Oh, that's a huge kill for Hansama.
The execute that Hansama needed, the cash in for the Draven, and it's off the back of Cap, sailing beautifully over the wall to finish off Faker.
What can they do with it? Pushing topside that already is second tower down, plus the mid lane control. Honestly, though, just getting that cash in like you're talking about is pretty much the primary goal. That should be Infinity Edge pretty soon for Hansama, transformed and completed. And then playing off that big 2-item mid-game Draven power spike is what they want to do. There's the IE.
I like the response from T1, though. Because Draven reset, they immediately push mid, and they're just starting to get this vision creeping in onto this bottom side again, allowing Zeus to continue this push. And that's been the big win that they got off of those two towers being down. It's been able to open up the potential for vision deeper into the G2 bottom side.
You also have these wards in the mid lane, flank positioning for Zeus with his TP, for Faker with his TP when G2 go for the push through mid for the dragon play. It's one apiece so far. It's
Do you know about Papa Smithy? Yes. I saw him recently in Korea when they were there on their boot camp for FlyQuest. He is El Presidente of FlyQuest. He's not the GM. He's not the GM, guys. He runs. He was the GM of 100 Thieves. He doesn't directly run the LoL team. He's the president. He runs like all of their competitive divisions now. So he's higher up.
Full control of mid, rotates over down to the rest of the team. They get their tower and they keep on pushing.
And just overloading one side of the map as Faker on the top side is trying to push in himself.
Did you tell him to bench Jensen? Yeah, it was me, guys. It was me. I think he probably lets his GM make those calls.
Faker's going to be knocking on the door of the tier 2 in the top lane soon. Instead, he decides to recall TP invested by BB to catch this wave.
And I like the response from T1. They don't overinvest in that bot side. They're like, look, we can clear this out, so let's push in top. BB has the TP in.
It's all right, guys. Don't worry about Jensen. He gets better when he's benched. It fixed him once before.
Try and push out this wave, reset, and then join in onto the bottom side fight, whereas Faker, having his teleport available, will be able to keep that pressure up and contest a tier 2 tower while Dragon is available.
Is there ever an opportunity for G2 to look maybe towards an early Baron? Azir obviously very good at doing it for T1. We've seen how often they've done it. Play the Ruin King plus Nash's Tooth. If you can get the Leandries as well for Faker, you can melt through that. On the side of G2 though, Leandries, Rylai's, Infinity Edge, Essence Reaver, Kraken...
Besides, we got Quad and Quid now.
If one team overinvests,
Now we're just waiting for Quas to come back in the LCS. So we have Quid, Quad, Quas.
Decide to give up Dragon more so than G2. As you say, 2 item spikes across the board is a big win, and the Sky's Descent available for Caps. Even when you look at the combat gold inside of your screens that was invested, it's heavily in favor of G2. So I'm surprised they are moving Faker down. I thought they'd just try to contest for the tier 2 on the top side off of that push.
I mean, T1 have no vision in the river right now.
Oh,
Mickey look for the upper carrier, flashes in for the stun. The singularity starts to descend as carrier's locked up and pulled back into the
that push.
I mean, T1 have no vision.
All right, good vision control here. They try and make the play in, but they actually CC carry it to the point where he can't move, and they kill him through his ult. Dude, yike on the Alistair. What a play this guy just has here. He just sees them clustering. He doesn't even have to flash. He just gets a free WQ 4-man Q. Well, maybe he shouldn't have done that. In retrospect, maybe we should have just gotten Drake. How does he die there? He has flash and ult. How does he die? he gets Poppy W'd. He gets Poppy W'd. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Because he's unstoppable. He goes in, and then he tries to Q backwards, I think. I think he tries to Spectral Maw, but then he's grounded, and he can't flash. All right, well, he used Spectral Maw. He shouldn't have ulted that soon. Or he should have ulted out. He ulted in instead of ulting out. That was the mistake. Yeah, you don't ult deeper into the turret at that point in time. Oh, well. He got too hyped from his giant WQ play. But you have to commit to this play. I mean, that's such a huge play. So close.
Second Drake of the matchup, a 2,000 gold lead. You can see the damage that Caps is putting down. Ansama 2 has 100 adoration stacks. We'll continue stacking those up.
The Alistar is still invisible because of the Viego Shroud. Oh, that's actually a really good point. So he actually shrouds. He uses the mist first. Oh, that's actually true. That's what sets that play out. Azure Catalyst, that's a good point. He actually mists right before he takes over the Alistar body.
Jisoo, what a moment, what a swing in the game. They get their second Drake of the matchup, a 2,000 gold lead. You can see the damage that Caps is putting down. Ansama 2 has 100 adoration stacks. We'll continue stacking those up throughout the game. Last Whisper already for Ansama. I wonder if we'll see...
It'd be fun if we saw a replay of that from T1's perspective. Yeah, great idea. Poor execution on the back half of the play. Agreed, Prone is beast.
But we've seen what T1 are like when they are behind. They are one of the most, if not the most, clutch teams in the world. And Caps wants to take the focus out of it because Faker is...
I mean, this is a very competitive game from G2, guys.
But I don't know, because that's Baron if you overextend, and T1 know it.
And Hansama immediately backed away. As soon as they saw T1 stepping up towards the Baron, the reset happened for G2. Faker still has TP, and with the Sun Disc down, this wave is relatively pushed for the next few moments.
But the combo from T1 is terrifying, especially when Keria gets his flash up and available. So you have to be incredibly careful here as G2 that you don't give that moment for the headbutt pulverize combo into Faker knockback, into a chain of corruption instead of from owner. Like, there is so much on T1 that can take this small victory away from you.
That was a really nice small victory from T1. We have, with Faker pressure on bottom side, it got them all this vision control. Yeah. Really good job from the
Yeah, game one was not close. This one's much better.
And now G2 are forced to face.
Caps is showing on bot wave. Mickey punted into the back of the pit as they look for the damage. T1 call off the Baron. They go for the chain of corruption. Mickey's the first to fall. T1 still very healthy as Broken Blade buffers the disdain out of the Entopos. T1 though have got the kill. Will they for the damage? T1
Rivers toggling the vision there that T1.
Classic T1 Baron play here. So they're splitting in the bot side, get vision control. They clear out the pink wards, and then they start to bait the Baron immediately. They have TP on Faker, so clear out the mid wave. Then we just preemptively TP, see if we can get it, try and force a TP from Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol needs to TP faster. TP's there. So they trade one TP for one TP, but they get the support kill. Back to the Baron. Oh, they're baiting the Baron again. All right, they actually stop his Hex Flash channel there.
Stepping forward now, you can see the Hexgate channel. That's Keria going out, and T1 will call off the fight around the Baron.
The Spectral Maw interrupted the Hex Flash from Keria. If he'd got that off, that would have been a very juicy member of G2 landing right at the footstep of T1. But this is what I was talking about. The fact that T1, they can play so well around the...
How is Faker up in gold? Solo turret XP plates?
They just give off one pick off of great map play.
I guess. I don't know, actually. He's only 6 yet. It's very weird.
sideline
He got a shutdown.
them away from Baron, then you move in, you get your
Did he get a?
control,
Did he get?
and then
Did he get the
control
shutdown on
to your
Aurelion Sol?
Nicely done.
Now G2 trying to get control around here. BB has the T.
I think it was mostly local turret gold.
Exactly the same. We're painting by numbers here for T1. Put the pressure in the bot lane, then move up towards this Baron. A minute and a half before the next Drake. It would only be the third of the game for G2 and only the second for T1, so I don't think we'll see too much action deciding the game around that. BB's going to answer.
Outside though, when we made him 20 until Dragon, I think that's really where we're going to start to see it. So T1 at the moment get both the waves shoved in. They want to look for the reset before the Dragon spawns and then open up on mid and contest that wave.
Literally same exact play, except for Zeus was the one bottom. They push bottom, they get their vision control around.
Yeah, Zeus already coming up. They're trying to force. They're doing a really good job of controlling this bot wave to continuously force the Baron.
They push bottom, they get their vision control around Baron, and then they try and pick.
He is going to catch Mickey here.
It's literally exactly the same play. They're preemptively TPing again. This time we see G2 TP faster, but Baron's gone. Classic T1 Baron play. Oh my god, okay, he gets him. They used everything to try and get that Draven, including Poppy ult, just to knock him up.
Caps has to retreat through mid, but T1 could just push through it too. Yep, they've got Baron, but he brings down the start. He looks for Zeus. Can he take him? The tower damage enough to help Caps get a kill on the T1 top laner, and perhaps the advance stopped here by T1.
Oh, Caps saves it there. The power of the cosmos calling down to G2's side to put a stop to that push.
Disrespected the fact that Aurelion Sol still had ult.
He brings down the start. He looks for Zeus. Can he take him? The tower damage enough to help Caps get a kill on the T1 top laner.
Even the fact that Yike managed to get away just barely means that G2 are still in a position where they can text this Dragon, but Hextech Gate's already out. But you see here, Keria playing bouncer on the Baron. Caps isn't.
Yeah, the Varus Azir just annihilate that Baron. On hit Varus plus Azir. So good call, very good call. Hansama is like, I wonder where I'm going. Owner literally just flashes as soon as he sees him, like, try and catch this axe. Then he gets pounded into the wall. Knocked up by Poppy ult. Faker goes in. They do have to spend a lot to get there. But kind of worth it. And then they just over pursue. He tries to dash forward, get Q3, but Rylai's is still there, and Azir or Asol ult is still there.
Burns him down. Caps doing his best there. The Aurelion Sol level 15.
Out damaging Caps in game 2 on the Cassante. It looks like G2 will give up the ghost of this Drake. T1 with their lead. Have got 2,000 gold off this Red Bull Baron power play. They'll get a Drake out of it as well. The Whirling Death nowhere near a Whirling with that from Hansama.
It's the second Dragon for T1, only equaling up though, so this game still feels like it has a bit of a while to go before any team can really get full control. T1 though, just going to be a bit of a nuisance as Keria pops over the wall, but you're just trying to defend the push on the Baron with 50 seconds left on the buff.
And the main issue for G2 is Caps doesn't have flash, Hansama doesn't have flash, and Yike doesn't have flash, and Faker does the Faker sometimes. Especially on the Azir, he just slides in, he flashes behind you, and you scoops your entire team into T1's faces. For G2, they have to give up that bot lane tier 2. Caps can Astral Flight out of this. Owner looking for the chase, but shouldn't be able to catch the Star Dragon.
I think T1 need to calm down a little bit, at least the backline for sure, because Owner, Keria, and Zeus are absolutely tacticians on the battlefield right now. They have control.
The Faker glazing was unbearable all series. I mean, he's not having a great game, but also Owner did troll him in the mid lane, so it wasn't entirely his fault. He also did get level 1 by Mickey X on a very smart roam.
I think this is where we're going to see just the pace slow down. I think there's no real objective to fight for at the moment. T1 have the advantage as they are coming back stronger, so they will try and push in towards these towers. Zeus needs to try and get an advantage on bot.
Is Horizon Focus good on Asol?
It's going to be these.
It's not a typical build, but I guess if you're planning on opening a team fight with your ultimate, it could be good.
See Caps
I don't know.
just
I have no idea.
lying in wait here, knowing he doesn't really want to show until
I think probably Magic Pen is better, but I guess he wants to just like start a fight with a giant ult.
T1 play this portion of the game so well, just continually suffocating you, making sure that when you step into your own jungle, you're on vision, you have to expend your resources clearing that out, which means you never get past the halfway mark of the map, and it becomes so much harder for you to contest the next objective. Baron in 2, Drake in 3.
Yeah, Zeus once again with the level lead over Broken Blade in the side.
Nobody has massive MR on T1 side. They have, but no, it's gotta get there though. They have Terminus, they have Jack Shows. I don't know. They have 2 Lockets.
Has the skies descend, has that ultimate. Mickey looking for the chase as well. If he can get in range for the depth charge, it will be enough. Zeus slowed again by the Rylai's. Mickey going to the terrain, and Zeus trying to re-engage. Pathmaker all out onto Mickey. Perfectly played by Zeus, but G2 have not given up the ghost of this play yet. The fear beyond death might expire before Zeus falls low enough to pull him back. Caps takes it. Meanwhile, T1 get a mid-tier 2 and are looking
Last
for
good interaction with the black hole was funny.
G2, T1 had their ways because of the amount of time Zeus bought. So they're able to get 2 towers in response. Broken Blade going to try and push him bot, but the teleport in behind.
Recall canceled there from Broken Blade too.
Faker is here. Carrier on his way. The unseen Faker tends to be the deadliest, and Broken Blade now realizes perhaps he's met his maker. Emperor's Divide back. Faker can buy a little bit of time here because Carrier is still collapsing for the play. Broken Blade has flash and begins to walk his way away. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Owner's being caught out by Yike and by Mickey. Broken Blade still trying to escape. Looking at picture in picture though as Caps flies in.
Garrett W to wave. Forces Broken Blade to all in, but he still has Q, so he dies. Okay.
As Owner falls on the top side of the map.
Faker is never going to die there because he has Arm Guard.
Now going to start to open up a mid. Cap's going to start to push in on top side. It is a bloodbath around the map.
And what's key is the summoner spells that are used in these attempted picks, because Baron's up in 30 seconds. Time around. Owner went down, but he did save his flash.
30 minutes and T1 still has their tier 1 mid up. I mean, to be fair, G2 Siege is fucking terrible. G2 Siege is so bad with this comp.
Ward in the mid lane behind enemy lines. A ward in that brush that's just behind Hansama as well. Just got cleared out, but this is where again T1 have already set up so much control around this objective as a spawn.
And it's why taking that Scuttle Crab is so important for G2, because it gives you that extra bit of awareness of where the wards are on the map. They do not know though that this ward where Hansama sits currently resides there, and that is a flank ward for Zeus. If the Baron is begun by G2, Caps pushing out the bot lane, it's building up towards a Zhonya's Hourglass, has the Seekers right now, and a needlessly large rod. There's the Zhonya's, 4 items on Caps, 437 stacks. As T1 begin to open up through mid, try and get that wave pushed in, so G2 have to answer.
The wave on bot is going to slowly
Jack Show Varus. Oh, that's funny. That's like up there with Keen's Jack Show Rumble.
Oni the Scuttle Crab for vision. G2 step forward. Zeus is there. Mickey misses the hook. The Spectral Maw goes wide too. BB no flash. Zeus looking for him. Faker dashing in as well. Broken Blade will take a little bit of chip damage. Mickey on the flank now. Keeper's verdict charged by Owner, but currently no decision has been made as to whether they're guilty or innocent. Carrier alongside Owner stepping forward. Yike found the Spectral Maw Sun. Fighting over the mid wave. The hook from Mickey. Pathmaker out by Zeus. Singularity. Hot by Caps has the skies descend, and Yike dashes into the steadfast presence. Carrier can look for the sun, but Zeus
They're so tanky, T1. Yeah, now you really need that Magic Pen, I think. Grip Bloom onto Aurelion Soul. Oh my god. Huge play from Owner. He literally 2-man ults Aurelion Soul and Draven. Dude, Owner makes a massive play here. He gets a fucking ult onto both of their carries. Oh my god. That's such a huge play from Owner. It is disrespectful though. Like you can't stack when you're playing versus Alistar anyway, right? Like stacking when you play versus Alistar, Azir, Poppy is pretty disrespectful. Right? Even Cassante, because he can multi-man stun you with W2. But look at this huge play from Owner. Let's stop and appreciate how fucking good this is, because he W's to stop hook onto Faker, right? And then he flashes to ult 2 men. It's so good. Faker dies for the play, but it's so worth. Okay, Zeus, that's enough. Oh, he's TPing. What a Chad.
And once again, Carrier is the one that stops the G2 hype train, stops them getting on that. And at the platform,
They're just trying to win. They're just corralling him. They're diva staggering him.
and T1 have done it again against G2. Guba and Owner push it away at the Nexus turrets, and they're gonna do it.
The first game was the demolition, the second was close. But I think for a little bit more damage, Yike. Has he got any jungle?
Oh, the end of the game is fight. This isn't the end of the game? Really? I was rewatching this fight. I mean, he goes. It's just the CC chain is so crazy. And they force out the Zhonya super early. Caps just flashes out. And then he's zoned out. Carrier has is ulting, so he zones him out. I don't know, guys. This fight was really close. Caps piecing out right now may have been the difference. Like, I wonder what would have happened if Caps had stayed and fought. But Owner, that's such a huge play by Owner. He literally stops not hook and then gets the 2-man ult. Onsam up in 5.
The first game was the demolition, the second was close. But once again, the Titans that are T1 slam the door in G2's face. Onsama needs to do it all here if they're going to survive. Carrier gets the knock-up. The Nexus at half health. Zeus with a knockback.
Owner's just hitting he literally throws a buckler and then gets hit by a Draven Axe. Oh my god, they give him a quadra and the Nexus lives. Oh my god.
Faker has the TP though. There's no wards, but they have to clear out all these waves, make sure the Faker can't get onto it. But Baron is up and available. It's going to be a split G2 as they try to hold on to it.
Well, what, Faker just TP's in? That's funny. Dude, they didn't clear out the wave and they knew Faker had TP up. That's kind of troll. Also, they left Mickey X. Oh my god. Not clearing the wave. Dude, why did they take Hex Gates? Why did they take the Hex Gates? Just clear the wave.
These waves, make sure the Faker can't get onto it, but Baron is up and available. It's going to be a split G2 as they try to hold on to it.
So here you go. Here's something funny, guys. So they don't clear the wave for some reason, but Mickey X is looking for wards because he's looking for wards that Faker could TP to. So they know he has TP because his lens goes on cooldown here. They're looking for wards, but he can TP to the minion wave, and they don't respect that. What the fuck, man? So they know he can TP. We know they know because Mickey X is sweeping. But they just leave the wave alone. Yeah, Broken Blade took the gate too. I mean, his TP just came up, but I mean, that's not an excuse, guys. They know they have a TP timer for him. That's pretty funny though. Whatever. T1 back in form. I mean, if Carrier can play normal ass supports, maybe. All right, guys. Quick break. We'll be back with game 3. All right. We back. My viewers aren't back, though. You guys all left. Rip. Okie dokie. Look at this. We added a Zir to our little pick ban phase. And we've added Poppy over here, so we don't have to first pick it. Interesting.
Back to MSI 2024, where T1 are one game away from a rematch against BLG tomorrow. G2 have to climb an almighty mountain if they're going to make it back into this series. We're already into picks and bans. G2 on the blue side again, electing to be there. Senna, Ash, and Azir, their bans this time. Rek'Sai, Zac, and Poppy.
All right, so we are supposed to Tristan us up, so I guess we're just going to first pick it this time. But surely, what are we just going to play Ori? Kalista, oh, Talia's up, so we're going to play Talia. Talia's been up the whole series, though. We're going to play Ivern, so we're bringing it back. Okay, we're bringing the Ivern Triss combo back with Varus. We've got a lot of range, ability to hide in brushes, so we're playing an outranging game for G2. You love to see it. So they basically banned the Vayne, probably in hopes that they're going to try and pick Cassante here. Oh, no, not carry his Nautilus. That hasn't been very good. They going to pick the Cassante here? Feels like yes. No, we're going to take a Braum. Huge backline protection. Are we just going to pick Cassante? No, we're going to take... Why don't we take Cassante here? Why are we picking Jax blind? I feel like you just picked Cassante. Oh, Cassante's banned. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. As soon as they see the Vayne ban, they ban the Cassante. I'm dumb. So that makes sense. Jax blind, though, is weird. I kind of like the Urgot blind better here. And can we not play Twisted Fate? Can we not play Twisted Fate? Like Broken Blade could play Twisted Fate. Why don't we play Twisted Fate? Like the weird Zeus pick into Twisted Fate is Tristana, but they already took Tristana away. So it prevents the reason why the Jax blind here is it prevents the TF pick here. Because you have a good matchup with Jax and a TF. That's the reason why they're blinding it. But Rumble's good into Jax. Maybe they just don't think Zeus is going to play Rumble because he's not typically a Rumble player. So I get a Rumble counter pick instead. Yeah, it's a great Rumble pickup, but we haven't seen Zeus play a lot of Rumble, which is probably it was more of a Keen champ in LCK. He's not historically been a big Rumbler. This is his second game of Rumble this year. Second game of Rumble this year. Last year, he had 6 Rumble games. Rumble, he's only had 9 Rumble games ever. So, yeah, he hasn't been a big Rumbler.
Braum and an Ivern, your level 1 looks pretty sick for G2. This is an elimination game. I feel like you've got to cook something.
And the issue with Rumble is, like, it's a great early pick because you can flex it on red side into R5, but his top lane, it has lost some of its mojo because you can't play Ignite anymore in lane swaps. So, yeah, you see he has to run teleport. So the kill pressure is a little bit less in the 1v1 for Rumble, right? Which is pretty big. But, yeah, you know, Zeus ain't the Rumble guy. He's not 369. He's not Keen.
That everybody's up on that top side, so they gave up Raptor Ward here as well.
All right, time for the reverse sweep. I agree.
Due diligence and checking out their bottom side, making sure that no one has set up, but you can see
So Broken Blade, I think, took the blind jacks just because you didn't want the TF pick.
That ward will stick around for T1 as Broken Blade. Gonna spot out that this lane swap gonna more than likely happen here for T1.
Zeus Rumble was a massive pick at Worlds. So last Worlds, it was mostly banned, to be fair, because Rumble was like huge prio. And yes, Zeus had some good games on it, but that was also in the Giga Broken Rumble phase.
T1.
Don't know if he's seen Gumayushi. He's definitely seen Kerry as he walked around.
I will see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
So it will be a lane swap.
It's a good pick into Jax, but we are going to get a lane swap.
In the mid lane, Caps on his Tristana has had such a good performance.
I mean, everybody was good on Rumble last year at Worlds, guys. It was very strong champion at Worlds.
Once again looking to burn that flash in mid. Caps jumps in. Faker in the mid lane. Caps on
Dude, Faker has been caught out level 1 so many times with these fucking lane swaps now. It's outrageous. Faker, your team initiated the lane swap. Every time he gets his flash blown at like fucking level 1. It's another good run by Mickey. Dude, Faker losing his flash every game in these lane swaps at level 1 is so bad.
Calm and collected when G2 comes again to the
369 has been very good. So first off, JDG didn't really play a style that facilitated Rumble last year, and if you've been watching LPL this year, 369 has been fucking huge on Rumble.
Teams know so much pressure around this lane, especially in the lane swaps when you have.
We're talking this year, guys. This year. Yeah, look. By that logic, by your guys' logic, I should be saying Keria is the greatest Nautilus ever because he was at one time. He hasn't been. He's been shit at Nautilus recently. Now, I'm not saying Zeus is shit at Rumble. We just haven't seen it this year.
Be a flash expended though. Still
just haven't seen it.
Pressure applied by G2 towards Faker.
Owner has gotten this entire bot quadrant though, which is huge in these lane swaps because you
flash expended though. Still this lane, especially in the lane.
So Owner has a weak side start. So Faker basically sacrifices himself to get a better start for Owner.
Still pressure applied by G2 towards Faker.
Owner has gotten this entire bot quadrant though, which is huge in these lane swaps because you want to
expended though. Still.
So also a very crucial point because of these shenanigans, we're not going to level 2 or not level 2. Sorry, wave 2 crash.
You want to be the Ivor moving in here to try
and we used a lot of time to do this, so we're not going to wave 2. Oh, we are going to wave 2 crash. We are going to wave 2 crash. No, we're wave 3 crashing. Well, I'm trying to see how this lane swap worked because Broken Blade said something about it apparently.
Owner being able to steal away that is going to be huge.
No buffer. Caps has to flash. Use the rocket jump a moment too early. Caps pulled back, burns his flash, so now neither of the mid laners have a flash at their disposal.
All right, even Stevens in mid lane and also even towards jungle camps as though Owner has his full red quadrant, but he spent his time to come over and check to make sure.
All right, so here's what they do differently is Rumble just walks off the wave. This is interesting. So he walks off the wave to not die. Rumble then walks, all the way into topside without using TP. So they use this time while they're trying to take plates in the bot side for Zeus just to walk straight up here. And so he gets the TP advantage. But Broken Blade's going to get a lot more XP as a result, but he does have an unfavorable matchup with Rumble. I don't know if he has the damage to actually kill him, though. Oh, he does. All right. All right, so he gets first blood off of it. So why is Broken Blade complaining? So now he has to TP into... He doesn't TP into topside? He's just walking back into lane? Interesting, okay. No TP, that's why. Yeah, but the TP came with a... So here's the thing, guys. The TP came with a 2-level advantage. Like, whoops. The TP came with a 2-level advantage. Right? Because he actually caught that wave, and he gets the first blood. So, I mean, I understand he doesn't have TP anymore, but he also is full HP, half mana with a 2-level lead. And then he pushes up, and then he can walk back into lane. He gets to go back and buys Longsword, Ruby, and Pots, and he walks back into lane.
Yeah, I think we would like to get him there again if that's helpful.
Like, Zeus misplays this.
Tower shot.
He takes a tower shot.
The tower shot is all the extra damage that I need. He follows with the flash. Even with the magic damage shield, chases him down, and he calls it.
When he TP does the same XP as Zeus. Yes, but there's a huge wave crashing into the turret that he caught.
It's those small things. You know,
Come on, guys.
tiny bit of
Keep up.
harassment under tower. That little bit of damage that can change the course of an entire series.
So the problem, though, is that while we're in this replay, Rumble does get a freeze. Looks like. Hard to tell. I think that top wave is frozen. It's a little hard to tell.
It's those small things, you know, right? That tiny bit of harassment under tower, that little bit of damage that can change the course of an entire series.
Okay, that's way too much hope, Kobe. That is way too
I
much.
stared right at your eyes and just want to inject that hopium into your arm.
Oh, no, it doesn't look like the wave is freezing. Looks like it's pushing out.
Knocked back with the seismic shove. Yike there with the trigger seed just to make sure that Caps comes out healthier on that exchange. You can see Carrier and Gumayushi pushing in here, getting that control ward down. Will be there for the second red buff spawn. I actually think T1 might just go for an early.
So Broken Blade's TP is almost halfway to being back up right now. The matchup is just bad for Jax. I think the real thing here is the matchup is bad for Jax because they blind picked a Jax to try and avoid a Twisted Fate, but then they got a surprise Rumble instead.
Take over the lane, but you can see from the CS, he needs to get a lot of this underneath the tower, and Yike wants to try and help.
Right, Broken Blade's just going to look for the kill. Zeus there with the flaming spitter. Broken Blade trying to dodge away from it. Yike coming in with the bush, and Zeus tanks 2 tower shots. One more's enough. Zeus will fall even with the scrap shield.
Yike is doing this well on the wave push-up. He gets the whole wave now. He gets another kill. Surely we're not unhappy about how this matchup is going because it should be a losing matchup.
I don't want to admit it. We gotta hold on.
All right. We'll put a stop.
They had leads in every game.
We'll put a stop to that now. T1 refocusing here.
Why do you want to hurt us?
Caps jumps in. Owner's there in time. Faker hits level 6, has the explosive shot on him. Down to 200 HP. Caps gets the reset. Jumps away from Owner. Yike now chasing in. Trigger seed down.
Faker playing well around this. He needs his cooldowns back up, though.
Faker, no flash.
Okay, he gets his E cooldown back up. All right.
Owner and Faker will be forced away.
Nice again from Caps just to get the buffer, so we'll force Faker out of lane, and he just reset to come back in there, so we'll lose out on a little bit of that CS and maybe even a turret plate, although Faker looks like he wants to stick around as he still has Owner keeping him safe over the wall.
Meanwhile, this bottom lane.
I mean, the real problem here is Zeus went back and bought Sorks, and so now he just does a bazillion damage.
Faker looks like he wants to stick around as he still has Owner keeping him safe over the wall.
Meanwhile, this bottom lane here, I mean, the Braum pick's so massive for Mickey, and they pushed him under tower, trying to harass and trying to deny, while T1 will pick up the opposite side of the map here.
It's really good pressure.
It's actually unplayable. It's actually having him have level 2 boots, guys. I'm pretty sure makes this matchup unplayable for Jax. Because not only can you just space better with the movement speed, but you have the magic penetration, and Jax doesn't even have level 1 boots. So basically, you just get cooked during your Counter-Strike with Flame Spitter and Harpoons. So I think now, just because he decided to go for Ruby Crystal Longsword Doran's Shield, instead of getting boots or like mercs, right? I think he tried to overplay his hand when he got the advantage, and so he bought Phage. I mean, it does give him move speed, but he has to actually hit the Rumble, which is kind of hard. And in order to hit the Rumble, he probably has to leap strike in, and if he leap strikes in, then he just gets kited by Rumble. So I think you. I don't know this matchup, guys. I think you probably should. My instinct tells me that you should buy mercs first, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think, you know, T1 though are pretty dang happy that they were able to grab 2 of those in addition to their.
Does he have the magical footwear rune? That is a great question. I'll look it up. We don't have to. We're doing analysis. We don't have to wonder here. Let's see what he has. What his secondary tree is. Sorry, I'm doing this on my other monitor. Where is it? Nope. he has biscuits, which we knew because he has biscuits in his inventory, obviously, and he has cosmic insight. So he has ability haste.
Wasn't too worried about Caps diving under the turret because he didn't know where owner was, but it means he's able to clear out the wave. Caps actually sticks around.
So he could have bought boots and he could have bought mercs, but he decided to use his advantage to not do these things. And now we have a phage.
Carrier trying to stand underneath this tower. You can see G2 trying to get a little bit more damage. Would be 4 plates for them if they can take this. Carrier hits level 4.
What's that? Win in short trades with grasp and phage regen? I mean, he doesn't win in short trades. If he tries to trade, he just gets harpooned and then cooked with flame spitter. In Korea, Khan said BB doesn't know how to deal with Rumble. He should have gone to the Merc Treads. Yes, all right, good. I think if Khan said that, we were right. We successfully, and especially if he had that advantage too. I think he was just like, oh yeah, I got the big advantage. Ooh, I got the big advantage. I'm going to push my lead, but you actually just can't push your lead. Why is Zaya still winning lane even though he gives 2 kills to Broken Blade? Because the Rumble Jax matchup is very Rumble favored. And because, as we've been just discussing for the last 5 minutes, Broken Blade probably should have bought Merc Dreads. Like, he got cocky, I think. I totally disagree with this fucking whack-ass take that you guys tell me, I haven't heard it, that you guys tell me he had, which is that T1 did something weird in the lane swap. They did walk Zayas all the way across the map, but Zayas immediately died to First Blood because Zayas misplayed and took a turret shot. And also, Broken Blade was 2 levels up as a result of that play. He had First Blood and 2 levels. His wave was fucked up. It wasn't that fucked up, though, guys. He walked away with a 500 gold lead. Whatever. Fuck you guys. Like, his wave wasn't that fucked up. It wasn't a freeze. When the wave pushed back, he got the XP. He got another kill when the wave pushed back because Ivern was there. Yike played it well.
Showed up just in time to save owner there. I was about to compliment Yike for baiting an owner. He starts channeling on the Gromp. And
we are doing the analysis. I do not care what Broken Blade said. This is a bad matchup. They blinded the Jax, and then he probably built wrong. Those are more applicable reasons rather than Zayas walked across the map, you fucking weirdos, and then like, oh no, Broken Blade doesn't have TP. But you have to understand, what did he you guys are making me mad. What did he trade TP for? Right? In return for TP, he got First Blood plus 2 levels. Now you tell me, I trade TP for that every fucking time. Like, get out.
Here's a look at what happened mid though.
Oh, Caps with the flash over the flick back means that then he's able to jump.
Maybe we shouldn't blind Jax, and maybe we should build Merc Treads instead. I feel like these things are more impactful.
Oh, even the flick back once more to keep him safe, and then
I mean, Faker did this so well because if Caps gets one more auto, that's Buster shot and Faker dies.
That's hilarious by Faker.
With all this play going on, Caps gets the push in mid, 2 plates gone there, and the push in bot while Yike was overextending into that bot side gave, as you can see, 4 plates over to Hansam as well.
Why was he playing Jax? Because he was trying to prevent them. He was trying to prevent Zayas from playing Twisted Fate. Because if Zayas plays Twisted Fate, like, think about the comp. This is why they blind pick Jax. They don't want this Rumble to be a TF. Because if this Rumble is a TF, you are literally playing into double globals with Talia and Destiny with a Vi. This pick comp is insane for T1. If they have TF. It is fucking insane.
Opportunity, so Hansam are going to become way more threatening in the spot lane
now. The thing for Jax though is that now that and here's the real truth. They didn't expect Zayas to play Rumble. He's played 1 game of Rumble this year. He's played 1 game of Rumble. They didn't expect this. This was T1 making a smart R5 pick.
You've had so many puns. I refuse to believe that you don't mean to do that.
That one was deliberate.
There is no warn though, so we don't know for certainty whether this is going to be a good.
Think Riot will remove lane swaps by worlds? I really hope they don't.
That's good though.
Like why are T1 fooled them, guys?
You can see 20 CS lead for Zeus, who is having a hell of a series so far.
Jax is like unplayable into fucking I mean into like Talia Rumble. That feels so bad. Counter-Strike is useless. Yes. He could have maybe gone a Hex or something, but he needed Mercs or a Hex Drinker to have a chance in this lane, but he wanted accelerated Triforce instead. Yes, Aladares goes. Thank you for getting it. He got greedy. He got greedy.
The biggest, most important top lane skill that you can have, and that is jungler on your side of the map.
It might be a dive. Is it going to be repeated in the bottom side? Owner looking for Broken Blade, does have the flash. Ball breaker out. Zeus tanks a tower shot. Ball breaker. Broken Blade dashes and dodges it. The Weaver's wall sees the assist, the equalizer, and Broken Blade dodged this. Shut down for T1. Owner takes it.
It's free. It's just fucking free. All you have to do is hit Vi ult, and then Rumble hits the combo. Like this is unplayable for Broken Blade. I mean, basically, like Vi just CCs you. I mean, look at the timing. There's just, he probably did, like, the equalizer is actually a waste here. So first off, they get this kill with just Rumble and Owner, and secondly, the you don't even need the equalizer. And also, Broken Blade flashes for no reason. There's no way he lives through that. That's a terrible flash. Terrible flash! You have to accept death at that point in time.
Dragon is traded for G2 on the bottom side.
Yeah, what a choice there from T1. They make the call really early on. Sacrifice bottom half of the map, bottom side, move away from your tower. We're going to go for the dive play in order to get the extra grubs also in the aftermath.
Will be 5 grubs to 1 in favor of T1. The Drake for G2 just answers the earlier dragon that was taken by T1. Yikes able to steal away a blue, but in the end, a worthwhile trade for T1. They got the shutdown as well, remember.
And one of the key reasons, well, Yike here does get the slow.
You're looking for Daisy, but Faker has flash. Mickey's on his way. Daisy looking for that knock-up. Trigger seed forward. Bolt breaker out. Unraveled Earth going down. Root caller. Mickey dashes forward, but through the Unraveled Earth, there's a stun. Carrier here. Faker has flash. Mickey's on his way. Daisy looking for that knock-up. Trigger seed forward. Bolt breaker out. Unraveled Earth going down. Root caller. Mickey dashes forward, but through the Unraveled Earth, there's a stun. Carrier here to join the double knock-up. It's only Mickey and Yike. Yes, they can win these sorts of trades, but even with Daisy,
T1 actually respects Daisy, unlike top esports, who just like fucking moves their 80 carry into melee range versus Ivern.
Or 25 Magi stacks, you know, that probably helps.
Yeah. Regardless, though, well, here we're going to have another one. Ooh, 2 stacks. They're not going to go for it. Guma going to give them a little harassment on the way out. But I still think it was such a smart decision from T1 to make that trade at the time they did, because especially you do not want to give over even the 4 grub mark to G2 with the Jax split pushing possibilities. So they really wanted to deny any sort of possibility that G2.
Why is not such a popular support pick? Well, he's a monster when he farms with Senna. It provides a lot of pressure in lane because of his he can create plays and create kills in lane. He provides non-committal targeted engage with his ultimate, which is fucking great for pro teams.
Look for the plates as well a minute before those fall off.
I think this is the game though where we've seen G2 get, oh actually hang on, Broken Blade gonna be under attention again.
Counter-Strike already used. You can see Yikes on his way, pops over to the Krugs with the root.
It's alright guys, at least Broken Blade's gonna have Trinity Force, I guess.
Tanking up the tower yet, gets another plate to his name. Faker will eat an explosive charge on his head. It should be all well that ends well in the mid lane.
This is the first time in this series we've seen G2 get a real lead for Hans Sama and for Caps, so I'm curious if this is where G2 are going to be able to leverage that in towards, hey, we can look towards you. Next dragon that's coming up, we've already got one for ourselves. Rift Herald in 30 seconds. Owner trying to steal away camps from Yike in the bottom side and put pressure on Caps at the same time, though. Maybe the way that they can try and shut this down.
I really think it comes down to some of those objective fights as the flash onto Gumiyuji cleanses away. Glacial Fisher doesn't hit, Carrier stunned up. Hansama has that chain of corruption. Mickey tanking up Guma for now. The Fate's call will pull him out, but Caps is on the flank. And Caps is looking for more. Where you going, Carrier? No wave now for G2 to continue the push, and Caps will just go back to mid.
Yeah, you can see the coordination on that.
Yeah, Broken Blade was great during MSI. You know, and it's a team decision to have this pick, so I mean I just think the Jax pick was doomed when they picked the Rumble.
Really no hope of getting out of this one as Owner chases him down.
But this is still going to be T1 getting the bot lane and been able to keep themselves
T1 with Void Grub buff is also so scary. They are so good at using Void Grubs.
Bit of a miserable early game into a 1.2k gold lead for himself.
Yep, their reaction, they saw Caps roam up to the top side. They make their opposite side play, but Caps is on the map again.
Zeus flashes away. Caps is on the chase. Has the Kraken Slayer complete, and I'm not sure Zeus gets away from this. Caps jumps on his head and sends him into the dirt.
We saw how important this Tristana could be, but it is not topside.
Fake is here, though. Weaver's walling in. Redemption coming out as Broken Blade TPs into the fight. Carry the first of all. Counter-strike on
All right, so G2 makes a good play here because Broken Blade comes up and has TP, so they're able to get Herald. Very, very nice.
Really big plays inside lanes here for G2.
All right, G2 has a gold lead, guys. And, you know, the thing about G2 is that the combo of Ivern brushes with Tristan Varus as the game goes on, you are going to have a pretty substantial range advantage versus T1. I think this is still very playable for G2, especially if Broken Blade can kind of get back into this game, which, like, getting some local gold on this tower is going to help him a lot.
The Tristana that kind of started it all here is going to be another big carry.
I also think actually we're going to get the reset from Hans Sama. You can see Mickey had forced Faker down to that bottom side. Wasn't sure if they're going to try and even stick around for mid lane tower, but with Dragon in 50 seconds, that's going to be the big one. But the TP from Broken Blade here is huge. Also, Mickey being the main engage that T1 have to...
All right, they can make a play, too, around the Rift Herald, which is going to be super nice.
The leap strike is already there, and Hans Sama is just getting the free fire this entire time in the back line. It is just a Dragon.
He missed the local gold. Lord Saldra, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. No, I think you got it.
That's going to be the big one, but the TP from Broken Blade here is huge. Also, Mickey being the main engage.
I don't think he did.
Even stick around for mid lane tower, but with you can see Mickey had forced Faker.
He got it. It says 300 right here. Right there.
With Dragon in 50 seconds, that's going to be the big one, but the TP from Broken Blade here is huge. Also, Mickey being the main engage that T1 have to absorb is just too much. The engage...
This is actually very good. I think it's not so bad of a game state. I think it's playable. You know, the range advantage they have with Trist Varus on objectives is actually huge. If they can bait out an equalizer, it's going to be really good.
Everything you want to do whenever you engage, concussive blows. Daisy stands in the way of your dredge line. It becomes impossible for carrier in situations like this. So now so much onus rests on owner. Can he cease and desist the right target? Can you get the...
Like, the Rumble's been good in lane, but, I mean, I think the longer this game goes on, like, G2 is just going to have more and more advantages. I mean, they keep making plays onto Broken Blade because he's free. Basically, as long as you have Vialt and Rumble there, he is dead. He can't live.
Interesting commitment up to the top side while Dragon is spawning, so I assume that G2 should be able to push out mid and grab Dragon for that, and at least continue their objective focus. Like you said, like they've got a
double ADC gets destroyed by Rumble ults. That's what I said. You have to bait out the Rumble ult.
Up here, trying to get mid tower burst. That's Faker. Blast cones right in.
You know, you actually don't have to watch my stream if you don't want to. I'm not making you do it. But this is scary. I mean, their siege is scary. And their objective control can be scary.
The thing is, how confident do you feel about taking this as G2, though? You did end up using a lot of ultimates on that, but looks like T1 happy to just back it up. They did have the ult advantage and a TP on Zeus if they want to bring him in, but it looks like they're just going to take that top tower instead of looking for the fight against G2.
So they're trying, you know, T1's trying to make these plays, but they take mid turret as a result. So they have very good siege. And then they transfer it into a Drake, so it's not even that bad, honestly.
Double fed AD carries on the side of G2 with plenty of protection for themselves. And Dragon slowly stacking. Ivern does take a while to finish it off, but will collect it and will set that timer again.
Yeah, he wasted flash again. Broken Blade, in terms of micro-playing it, like, he feels like he's getting very emotional and tilted in this game. He just has to accept that he's the sacrificial lamb and just not waste shit.
It's very hard to defeat that death ball. It's very tricky. And what the T1 have done so well is threaten the side lane, threaten Broken Blade, force him behind. He's 1.3k gold in the hole, but Caps is 2k ahead, and so is Hans Sommer.
And it's what got T1 into the position they're in, is playing through those side lanes, playing off of map state, getting Zeus these early leads. And G2 have to try and break it. An elimination game, they need everything they possibly can, and so often it is laid on Caps, but for T1 it has been Faker, it has been Zeus who has stepped up for them, and they are performing once more here. And may just try to catch out G2 as they push on forward.
G2 pushing in. Owner waiting in the wings. Broken Blade will face check him. Vault Breaker away. Tower yet to have any chip damage. Faker looking for the seismic shove. Misses. Edge of Night procced on Hans Sommer. Mickey lands. The Winters bite, and Carrier feels the cold of it.
Yeah, G2 have a lot of split options there with 4-1. Caps is so strong right now. Just blows up the
Should there just be an E bot and buy space for Caps? That's what you think Broken Blade should have done? I mean, the thing is that E has very low value in this game into Rumble and Vi and
with the Rift Herald in tow,
and Talia. I think that's the problem. Is it feels like there's no really good options.
On the mid wave, they'll be able to use the Rift Herald to try and knock down these structures. And as long as they're not getting caught out by creative plays from T1, they should be fine. But that's what T1 have done best. Even you can see their owners heading up on top wave to try and catch G2 as they overextend. But it's these inner towers that G2 are going to be looking now to crack open and keep getting more and more gold onto Caps and Hans Sommer.
That's why it's critical for G2 to ward up the jungles. T1 are constantly going to look for Vi and Nautilus picking people off. And if you warp the jungles...
T1 is basically going to have to just play a pick comp at this point in time, because if they walk into the setup... Great engage by Caps. See, they forced equalizer. This is great. This is very good for G2.
G2 find another pick. They have a wave pushing in bot.
How much can they get off the back of this? Caps going to make his way down to that bot wave as the rest of G2 look to siege up on this turf.
Whoops. What the fuck, Broken Blade?
How much can they get off the back of this? Caps going to make his way down.
Dude, they're trying to do something here with the tier 2 play, and Broken Blade literally just walks. That is a blind W, though, to be fair.
G2 find another pick. They have a wave pushing in bot.
So there is a pink ward here, but this W from Faker is outside of pink. They literally can't see him, I don't think. That's a blind W. It's actually really good. He timed it based off of the pink ward. They timed it based off the pink ward. They couldn't actually see him, though. They just timed it. They timed it. It's a predict. It's a good Talia W, guys.
Shoved into T1's waiting more. They find one. Mickey now on the front line. Redemption coming down to try and heal up. The concussive blows onto Owner. Forces him low. Mickey finds Carrier. Owner down to 100 HP. Gumi Yushi, a couple more auto attacks would stun him up, and instead the tower's the target. Cap still pushing in bot.
Cute little play. They actually prevent them from getting more by picking up that kill. Who said G2 would win against T1? Me! I said that.
800 gold off this tower.
And G2 very much trying to close out this game as Yike is caught.
Dodges away from the seismic shove. Baker still on the chain.
Gonna get a...
The concussive blows onto Owner. Forces him low. Mickey finds Carrier. Owner down to 100 HP. Into T1's waiting more. They find one. Mickey now on the front line. Redemption coming down to try and heal up. The concussive...
Mickey uses Flash and Ignite to try and kill Carrier here, which he does. I mean, I guess he's successful, but I don't think that has a lot of value.
Would stun him up, and instead the tower's the target. Cap still pushing in bot.
Oh, Mickey with the Flash Ignite support on support kill. And as you mentioned it, that was all without their Fed Tristana, without Caps, who's going to get another 800 gold off this tower.
All right, they get 2 tier 2s out of that, so Broken Blade dying, even though he probably shouldn't have died, is still a good trade. I mean, they're 5,000 gold up, guys. They're 5,000 gold up, and they have a very good composition. Faker forces Yikes Flash there. See, look, Zeus can't do anything versus Tristana or anybody else. Zeus is literally only good. Caps preempts that with the teleport. Nice job. I think this is, in spite of the Jax blunder, I think this is really quite winnable for G2.
This is where T1 can be a little bit dangerous, though. Having those teleports advantages is needs to try and link up with his team. But with where G2 are positioned, they have the waves in their favor. They can set up the vision. They can slowly choke T1 out of this game.
Yeah, I think Yike and Caps both have to be kind of careful now, as those are going to be the people that T1 are looking for. But this one was a nice snipe over the Raptor wall, even though G2 still have priority, and they're still able to flash in and get the counter kills there. That arrow actually barely missing Owner, too.
I will say, it's not often you get to see a fight with the Rift Herald with the...
And they're still able to flash in and get the counter kills there.
They got Vi's flash too.
That arrow actually barely missing Owner, too.
I will say, it's not often you get to see a fight with the Rift Herald.
What's Yike doing?
Now we're gonna see another fight.
Does Yike hate his Magi stacks?
That arrow actually barely missing Owner, too.
I will say, it's not often...
Sorry, I'm trying to see this picture in picture. So Yike is...
I will say...
Does Yike hit the blast cone here? I guess because Mickey's here he does. He wants to go be with his friend Mickey. Well, he's cook him with Vi and Rumble ult. Oh no, surely we're not just going to give T1 a Baron here.
Forced away once again. Guma had to flash out of the back of the pits.
But that's the play that I was just talking about. Zeus teleports in, they catch out G2 and manage to get two members, slow down G2, and that's all the T1 want to do. Get to items, slow down the pace of this game, look for these little moments where they can claw their way back into this game.
Here's how it happened. Owner slipped in.
That's really good movement.
Yeah.
Slow down the pace of this game.
Yeah, I want to see this.
These little moments where they can claw their way back into this game.
Here's how it happened. Owner slipped in.
Didn't Yike see him with his lens though?
Here's how it happened.
So they both see each other with lens, right?
That's really good movement.
Back into this game.
Here's how it happened.
No, I don't think he does.
Owner slipped in.
That's really good movement.
Because I don't see the red shadow on Vi.
Here's how it happened. Owner slipped in.
Oh my god, Yike doesn't see him, but Owner sees him with lens. Oh my god. That is so shitty for Yike.
Really good movement.
Yeah, the double sweepers with the reveals there.
It didn't reveal. The thing is, it doesn't reveal. It doesn't reveal Owner. Like, you see the red shadow? There's no, I don't think he sees him. Who knows, but I don't think he saw him.
Reveals there on the other side, and the exact person we mentioned they're going to look for. Yike with no slipped in.
That's really good movement.
Yeah, the double
So Yike doesn't know he's there, but Owner knows Yike's there. And then they commit the Nautilus ult to him. Where did the Nautilus ult go, guys?
Sweepers with the reveals there on the other side, and the
It hit him during the blast cone, actually.
exact person.
So the Nautilus ult was kind of wasted, honestly.
With no flash, Ivern goes down very quickly, but the return damage on G2 enough to stop kind of a snowball possibility there from T1.
But T1's getting desperate. You can feel the desperation in T1's plays. They're just trying to make picks now. They know they can't win straight up in a team fight.
Moving in now towards this top side, Broken Blade open up on the bot end, still no teleport quite available, but G2 know that those teleport advantages will be up soon.
G2 got the Drake while we were watching that replay, so they're one away from a Chemtech Soul. Summer sitting at 3 items, Guma only at 1.
And they still, G2 still makes a cross map for the Drake, so they get soul point off of it too. This feels really desperate for T1.
But in terms of outright damage output, we already see what Summer's piercing arrows can do.
Certainly have, and neither of these G2 AD carries have gone down in this game. G2 throwing everything to protect them. Doing a very good job as far as the win cons here.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of
They're just trying to make picks around Owner and Faker ults now.
around the world that say, give me an Ivern with Redemption Moonstone and a
They're T1's very good at playing from behind and setting vision traps to get back into games,
He hasn't finished his night's vow yet.
and they're very good at playing pick comps.
Yes, a 5,000 gold lead for G2. They start to set up this vision line at the top side. Ono is still waiting in that bush.
But you can't just let them. The thing is, you can't just let T1 fart around the map forever. You gotta force them. Like, if Owner has literally been standing in this fucking brush for like 30 seconds. waiting for somebody to go to this wave. You can't fart around forever. You have to force them into a play, because if you just walk... Oh my god, he's still here. Owner has been in that brush for like a minute.
He's been waiting here so long. Caps has no flash. The bolt breaker out. Mickey is just around the corner. Go for it. As you say, it's timed out. Owner still unseen by G2. Broken Blade
Brush or
pressure
bush,
on
either one
TP. Well,
is fine.
Only Faker has one for T1, so he'll have to answer that pressure.
And G2 are trying to do what T1
All right, good. This is what T1 should. This is what G2 should be doing.
Start up the Baron. They don't know where Owner is, though. Will be spotted as he tries to come in towards River.
We spotted by that ward behind. Caps peels away from it. Now they see. Owner
Okay, so they don't want to commit the TP. They know Zeus doesn't have TP.
pushing in bot.
The split push towards
So basically, when they see Zeus here, they call off the Baron because they want the split into bot side because they know Zeus doesn't have TP,
With the Scryer's boom.
and they see Faker and Zeus at the
split
objective.
push is doing its work there. But Faker can answer pretty easily here on the Talia.
Okay, now you go back to Baron. Go back. Go back. Go back. Why did Mickey recall?
The split
Why did Mickey recall?
Response to that.
Was trying to get back in this game. Owner
Owner still unseen. Is there. Spotted with the Scryer's boom.
Why did Mickey recall? He didn't even buy anything. He bought wards. He got wards.
can he get into the pit?
All right, the game is in the palm of their hands for G2 right now. Don't crack.
And there's the reset bit. Broken Blade pass back
What?
towards bot. G2 back.
All right, the
They
game
didn't have
is in the
wards.
palm of their hands for
They didn't have wards. He needed to refresh his wards, and they're so scared. Look, G2's playing so scared.
And there's the reset bit. Broken.
Can he get into the pit?
All right, the game is in the palm of their hands for
Like, they
G2
know Faker
right
has
now.
TP, but they're not willing to force this. Like, I think what has to happen, guys, is Broken Blade needs to come over and force the TP, right? And then you have TP advantage, and then you can go back to splitting. But this is you can't just let them. They're just G2 is letting T1 extend this game.
Didn't get that TP from Faker. Zeus now almost has his
They are
teleport.
letting T1 extend this game,
Minutes on draft.
and they're literally doing it so Jax can farm wolves. Ah! Ah! Just walk.
Again, a rival
Just
for
walk to
Dragon's
Baron.
Soul,
What are you
so
doing?
Less risky as an objective for G2.
Chain of crouch shot across the wall. Carrier walks into it. The dredge line away into the Fate's Call will get
Yep.
into safety.
Another time where we try and kill somebody who is Callista bound.
T1 needing to reset it. G2 are in front of Baron. Ivern just reset. Yike is going to be at the pit. Owner
where Owner
spotted.
is.
Dude, they're pooping back and forth forever. They're pooping back and forth forever. This plays into T1's hands so hard, guys.
Forcing them to check. Dragon now only a minute and a half away.
That ward just constantly spotting Owner. There's a ward in the pit, I think, from T1, if I recall correctly. It's been cleared out by the control ward. You can see Faker checking with the threaded
It's
bot.
okay, though. It's okay. G2 can still get soul. It's all right.
Still two blues.
We're not going to poop back. It's impossible to poop back and forth forever when soul comes up.
You need to get them out.
Surely.
G2 if you want to be able to start this up, but with Dragon in a minute's time, your window for G2 to try and play on both sides of this is very quickly dwindling. So lanes become the priority. Push in mid, push in bot. Cap's going to try and do the same on top.
We're not just going to poop back and forth forever, because the longer they poop back and forth forever, the more chances
T1 can always
T1 has to
series.
create picks, right? You can't even side lane versus you can't even side lane versus this Tristana. This Tristana is +3 levels on Rumble. This Tristana is fucking
Really for them to win the last game.
so strong in the sides.
On the back of Faker, they've done it so many times before, and the Baron is their playground for so long. They were irked by it, cursed by it. The T1 Baron, bad setup, but over the last 2 years, they have refined and refined and refined, and now G2 are calling them to the battle.
I mean, T1 is the best team in the world at playing from this position. But you can't just poop back and forth forever. They're so scared. They're so scared. I think if G2 is not 0-2 down, they don't make these plays. I think it's because they're 0-2 down in this series that they're playing super cautious.
All they have to do for G2 is keep their vision on Baron and then force T1 over to the soul.
This fight is going to be explosive, though. Every summoner spell up, every TP and Mickey Gonna try and force something, but Gumayushi doesn't blink.
Pretty bad Braum ult. No, no, he flashed with the Vi ult on him. All right, Jax, time for a Jax pentakill, right? Nope. All right. Ah, the French. Ah, the French AD carries named Hansama. All right, so let's take a look at this. So we wasted that. And we just get hooked. Carrier just blind hooks. Carrier just dry hooks him through the brush.
Be explosive though. Every summoner spell up. Every TP and Mickey gonna try and force something, but Gumayushi doesn't blink.
Carrier just dry hooks him through the brush. Caps is like, should I flash? No. And so instead, he just gets chain CC'd. Oh, he's attacking me. He's not blind. Yeah, that's true. But Caps has, by the way, Caps has every opportunity to flash this. He thinks he's just going to sidestep it into the minion wave. This is on Caps, guys. Like he thinks he's just gonna walk into the minion wave, but he just gets hooked. And once he gets hooked, I mean, everything comes out. Credit to T1. Look how fast they do this. Look how fast they dump everything into him. Look how fast they dump it. It's like, I got hook. And look at this. Here comes Equalizer. Here comes Faker's ult. Here comes Vi ult. Talia ult. Everything. And then he drags Vi into the back line. Broken Blade isn't there. Caps has to live because he's their damage. Zayas just flashes into 3-man Flame Spitter. It's beautifully played by T1. But that is a huge error from Caps. That is such a big fucking deal. Because you threw Baron, you threw Soul. Oh, God. If only they hadn't pooped back and forth forever and had taken Baron or forced an objective earlier. Caps was the guy who had to carry this. It was kind of blind, I guess. They actually do show the vision here. Because he stops autoing. He stops autoing, guys.
And then this hook from Carrier doesn't get buffered. The
This
is there, and just enough time for Owner to get in with the cease and desist.
There's also a huge W by Faker there on him and Mickey, on Caps and Mickey. They could have had a free soul, and instead they do this.
Realize they found their moment to shut down G2.
And that is what you see from World Champions. When they find an opening like that, you're not counting on, oh, hey, we're
G2 get the soul, though.
Found their moment to shut down G2.
And that is
Somehow.
what you see from World Champions. When they find
They-
an opening like that, you're not counting
They
on,
TP'd
oh, hey,
Caps
we're
in for
going to
soul,
get a cook-
so Caps has no
hook
TP now, but they got
when
soul.
They do, everyone instantly ultimates. They jump on the opportunity. If you show an
But
opportunity
honestly,
to
like,
succeed,
G2 is still in a good
they
spot. The
will
soul persists,
capitalize
even though
on
it's
it.
Chemtech and it's not very good. The soul persists until the end of the game. But G2, here's the other thing, guys. G2 have 3 Chemtech dragons with a fucking Ivern. Like, that's real good.
If you show an opportunity to this team,
So they have soul. Soul persists. If they can, you know, even Gold State. Like, Ivern with Redemption with 3 Chemtech Drakes is really strong. Not Chemtech Soul, the Chemtech Drakes, guys. The ones that give you the extra shield and heal power.
chasing into the jungle.
Because they got 3 of them instead of 2.
Has no flash, the cease and desist goes down and locks him up, and even with the redemption, I don't think you're getting any of that.
Capitalize on it, and now even
They also have it on Locket for Mickey. Yeah, it's 18% with 3 of them. It's 6% per stack.
chasing into the jungle.
Dyke has
Was Sunderer the move here? No. I think you, like, does he need Sunderer second? No, I think he needs tank stats.
A moment was all that T1 needed, and they've taken everything from G2. They're starting to push in on this top side. They really want to push G2 out of MSI to put themselves firmly in the conversation of still contesting for MSI champions.
They'll take the tier 2 in the top lane, and now the gold swings in their favor. 1.5k ahead for T1. We've seen how the fights play out. For G2 now, it's scrambling, it's desperation. How do you get back into this game?
Well, they still have Dragon Soul power here with Ivern Shields, with the safety of a Braum. If they can have a defensive...
Yikes with the 0 stacks Medjai's. He's an optimist.
They still can win.
And it comes back to Caps. Yes, he got caught in the last fight, but a poke virus from Hansam is never going to carry these fights. It has to be the Tristana, and he has stepped up for G2.
Sterix to Jack Show, yeah, he just be a stun bot.
You are going up against Faker, the guy who's been the most clutch player in the world, and tries to catch Mickey.
Reaver's wall in, seismic shove back, Mickey with the unbreakable, tanks it up. The power of Braum in that situation.
But D1 in G2's position right now, they win 100% of the time, yeah. It's hard to argue, guys, like... I think people are focusing too much on Broken Blade. He and the Rumble are kind of irrelevant to this game. Like, unless Zeus hits the God Equalizer, right? It's very hard for them to deal with the range advantage of both the Varus and the Trist, because in theory, you should only be able to equalize one of them. And the Ivern's very good here, too. The Braum is also pretty good. They have Soul. They weathered the Baron Storm. It's still very winnable for G2.
Yeah, T1, there's so much about these picks. And they have been able to get...
Surely there won't be a God Equalizer. Surely.
When this Elder Dragon comes up, it's all down to the objective. We have seen games won.
Like, honestly, Caps fucking trolled this. What the fuck was that? Just get hooked in mid lane for free. Give them Baron. Poop back and forth forever. Instead of forcing a TP. Like, they just let T1 not use a TP, and they didn't get anything done with the split push. That's illegal from G2.
It looks like it's going to be the two solo laners for T1 versus Caps.
Like, you can't both let them answer the split push with and then not use a TP. Like, they did a very bad job at forcing the Baron.
You get Broken Blade a third item because you do have Moonstone, Redemption, Ardent Sensor. You have that buff from the Ivern. And it works just as well on a Jax as it does on a Caps. But right now, they are the defensive team. For so long in this game, they have been in control. They've been the team pushing in. T1 now have a slew of wards in that river. Control for them. They'll reset, they'll get those wards replenished, and then they can step back onto the map.
Like, they don't even force the TP.
Haven't found a way to break T1 in this
fucking
series
wild.
When they have a lead. It has been T1 slowly but surely taking more and more advantages. This is the final test for G2.
T1 is very methodical in these positions, though. Alright, we're just going to skip forward because we're waiting for Baron/Elder setup now.
Often stand in their way and will stand in their way if they make it to this MSI finals. T1, the name on everyone's lips when it comes to internationals. As the hook goes down onto Mickey, no unbreakable for him. Depth charge in as well, the side big shot back. Finals. T1, the name
what is Mickey doing?
When it comes to internationals.
He has no backup here.
As the hook goes down onto Mickey, no unbreakable for him. Depth charge in as well, the side big shot back. And Mickey oversteps, and T1 punish him, TP in.
Oh, good thing we used TP.
Dashes across the wall, but G2 immediately call for the retreat.
Another opportunity, G2.
Back. Finals. T1, the name, managed to win this MSI, although domestically sometimes they struggle, although Gen G often stand in their way and will stand in their way if they make it to this MSI.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero. Something heavy.
Another
So, I mean, they're trying to get vision, obviously, and set this up, but you have no idea. Like, even he should know that Faker at least is topside. They ping him. They know he's there. And so there is a big threat of a Talia wall coming through if you overextend. Like, Faker doesn't even have to ult here, but he absolutely could ult right here, right? And, you know, you see the Braum shield go down, and you're like, oh, Braum shield is down. It's fucking free. And Faker's just there already setting up the W. He just walks over because they pink ward it. They pink ward it immediately. Well, it's free. Ganjam Bambini, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you. How are they able to play so disrespectful and scared at the same time? That sounds like that Eric Andre quote.
2 seconds, that's definitely enough time for Mickey to respawn at least.
It's just Mickey taking those steps too far forward, not having Yike to try and help him set up the jungle in T1. They're now starting to collapse.
How are they able to play so disrespectful and scared at the same time? It's a great question, though.
Full vision coverage, full supremacy there. A couple of stragglers left through though, and they're gonna go for the reset first. Spend the money.
New caller dodged. Faker, seismic shove, Yike flashes it. Again, a summoner down before the fight really begins here for G2.
That's a very Uber Blackthorn. That is very hilarious way to phrase what's going on right now with G2.
G2 have a lot more, so that's why T1 wanted to reset, but now Baron has been started.
Zeus is on the bottom side of the map. He's going to TP in behind them. 9,000 on the Baron, and last Hail Mary here for G2. The story continues to be written as the Weaver's wall goes down. There's the equalizer. Yike falling low. The shutdown on Faker, and Yike goes down. So Ona. Hail Mary here for G2. The story continues to be written as the Weaver's.
Oh my lord! The equalizer! Ah!
You don't really have a huge amount of vision left in the back pockets.
All right, so they're like, okay, it doesn't matter.
T1, G2 have a lot more.
We're Barack,
That's why T1 wanted to
guys.
reset, but now Baron has been
Mickey's here. It's finally time for us to force a Baron. Finally. We don't want to trade this in 15 seconds for an Elder.
started.
And Faker, of course he's on the flank. He's playing fucking Talia around an objective. He gets the vision. He sees them all. He sets up the old. Zeus is TPing in from behind. Caps is like, I'm jumping in, guys. I'm going in onto Faker. Oh, yeah. Faker is merely the bait for the equalizer. So Caps just goes in, but there's an equalizer that he can't see there. I think he... Jesus Christ, that equalizer does so much damage. And then, of course, he just flashes into the back of the pit, and they get the Baron, because, of course, why wouldn't they also steal the Baron in this scenario? I can't even see... I mean, he just smites it. I can't even see how low it is. He just straight smites it. Yike died right before it got low. It's just hard to see because of the Baron HP. What a great combo, though, from T1. With the equalizer and the Talia wall right into the pit. And Zeus just flash in to deal more damage. Pretty crazy, too. Yeah, oh, right there. He dies first. Yeah, he dies way early. Sorry. My bad, guys. Yike is just 100 to 0'd. Because he takes a WE from Faker. So Faker actually goes in, pops off this side of the wall, WE's in. Then he's standing on top of Equalizer for like the whole Equalizer. It was a combo of the WE by Talia and then the Equalizer that just destroyed him.
We're favored. G2 do not stand a chance against the onslaught of T1.
The world champions looking at it.
So disappointing. I think it's just because they were down 0-2 that they played like this. This was so winnable for G2.
Last week it took them 5. This week they'll do it in 3. No one from G2 will be alive in G2, but your chapter is over. The story of T1.
Well, I mean, but T1's so dangerous from behind. You can see them just constantly trying to set up the picks, like not bending to the pressure that G2 was putting on. G2 didn't put on enough pressure, though, in my opinion. And that Caps pickoff was just so devastating. But you would think even after they got the Baron, you know, they waited the Baron out, this was still winnable.
They have been through so much together. This squad has been to the
That's a shame. But G2 had a really good tournament.
backs against the walls. They have been in so many different situations.
G2 really did have a good tournament, guys. I think they were very impressive. We will not let this loss define G2. All right, guys, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow for T1 versus BLG round 2. Very exciting. Pred for tomorrow. Well, it was nice to see T1 playing better, but I think BLG takes it. I think it's like 3-1 again. And then we get the hopefully banger rematch of BLG Gen.G. I really hope we don't get Gen.G T1 in the final. I don't want that. But who knows? All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow.